So.
This meeting of the Planning and Zoning, Planning and Zoning Commission of the Town of Thompson was called to order at 7 o'clock and on November 24th, 2025 at the Thompson Town Hall, 815 Riverside Drive and on Zoom. Topic, P&Z regular meeting. So we'll go to item or agenda 1, call to order and pledge of allegiance, which I just did, and now we'll do the pledge of allegiance.
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Are you all set over there, Kevin? Okay, we'll do the roll call and seating of alternates if necessary. I'll start with Mr. Commissioner Randy
Blackmer.
Dave Poplowski.
Ryan Santos.
Ray Williams.
Jane Salsey.
Mike Brogan.
Brian Santos.
Dan.
We definitely usually have somebody on
And
the guide.
Mr. Canoia
Ryan Canoyer, present.
and John B. Lenke as acting chair. I'll be just to remind everybody on the commission, you'll be saying acting chair until after, okay, whatever, how it goes. So thank you for that.
Kaiser.
And Kaiser will
Pies is here.
hang on.
Sorry.
Don't say sorry, you don't have to.
Russ isn't here.
Russ isn't here. Kaiser, you will be sitting in for Russ Robbins.
You got it.
Okay, on to the next agenda item is number 3, public hearing. We have a applicant, P&Z 25-37. Applicant Thompson Business Park LLC, property owner of 0 Reardon Road, map 65, block 100, lot 40, zone BDD, 10.74B acreage, 748 acreage requested to conduct earth and gravel extraction and removal of approximately 37,000 cubic yards of soil material in conjunction with construction of a mini storage facility according to the zoning regulations, Article 14275-14.3. Is there a motion to open it to a public hearing?
Can I make a comment, please? In front of your packet there, I left you a note and the note says application received at the PZC meeting on Monday, October 27th, 2025. Monday, December 22nd, 2025, is 56 days after receipt of application.
Yeah, here it is.
Opening the public hearing on December 2025 is within the state statute 8-7B of holding the public hearing 65 days after receipt of application. The applicant requests public hearing to open at the December 22nd, 2025 P&Z meeting. Please note all necessary documents required for the application have not been received and reviewed by the CEO. At the December 22nd, 2025 meeting, we will receive the required documents and CEO's reviews to proceed with a public hearing. So they are requesting that the public hearing not be open.
So there should be a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Can I finish?
I'm sorry.
Make a motion that would move application P&Z 25-37 to next month's meeting.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Seconded by Ryan. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. Passed.
Right there. Are we muted?
Yes.
No, actually, Alvin, you weren't, but you will be in a second.
Alvin's in?
I'll just dialed in, yeah.
I'm sorry, Jane, I went by you, go ahead, your answer to that is yes or no? To continue,
Guys,
Guys,
Sorry, trying to unmute myself. Right, yes, to continue, next meeting.
okay, thank you. Okay, the agenda 4, discuss public hearings and possible action. None. Number 5, citizen comments. And the first person that I think should be up will be Mr. Dr. Jeff Gordon, and you have the floor, sir. And normally it's a 3, on the chairman's thing, on the citizen comments, state your name and address, 3 minutes, speaking time unless otherwise directed by chair. Please address comments to chair in a civil and respect manner. I will allow you a little bit longer to speak on the subject at hand.
No, I'm happy to, although as a state senator, I'm used to talking in increments of hours. So-
Well, you're gonna have to cut it down. I know you've got some other place to go later, but
I do have some other meetings tonight, but I'm happy to be here. Jeff Gordon, from Woodstock, 39 Maybrook Road. I'm state senator for the 35th district, which does include part of Thompson. But I include all by default in my district, and happy to do that, to work on behalf of the town. This brings back memories to me of my 15 years being chairman of Woodstock's Planning and Zoning. So they even gave me a gavel and they were happy that I finished after 15 years. So I appreciate the work you guys do, and I know what it is to be a planning and zoning commissioner. But I've been asked a lot by people in the 13 towns that I represent, especially planning and zoning commissioners, about what's the status of the big housing bill that went through special session. This was a year where there was a lot discussed about housing. I'm the ranking senator on planning and development, which does get into housing, but deals with tons of municipal stuff outside of education. So it's a big committee. But I do spend a lot of time going to housing committee meetings, even though I don't serve on it. There was a big bill, HB House Bill 5002 was one of the top priority bills through the House and through the legislature. It did pass by a majority vote. I was public that I voted against it, but tried to work to make the bill better. It took a long time for the governor to review the bill, and he did actually listen to feedback that he got for and against, and I had meetings with the governor as well, which I appreciate, and we actually vetoed the bill, feeling the bill wasn't right, and he had a number of reasons that he cited for that. Then there was, outside of session, a lot of work that went on by some people, not everyone, unfortunately, to bring the bill back. So the bill came back in special session very recently under the name of House Bill 8002. In special session, everything started with an 800. So we had 5 bills. Special session was held. The House went in on a Wednesday. We went in on a Thursday. The big housing bill came out on a Friday, but evidently wasn't the final version. And the final version appeared an hour before the House literally opened. It's a 104-page bill. You know, these bills are big when the summary is 72 pages. We didn't have the fiscal analysis when the House opened, so the House actually had to take a recess. Then the fiscal analysis appeared somehow. But it was a big topic, not the only topic of the special session, but it was one of the weighty topics of the special session. The bill did pass. The governor has not yet signed it, at least when I checked this morning. For some reason, the bill was not immediately transmitted to him. I think it was just an honest oversight because we finished at like 1 or something in the morning. But we're told he has the bill, so I don't know when he's planning to sign it. He said he is planning to sign the bill. We'll see how that goes. I was public that I opposed the bill. I appreciate the fact that the governor did have meetings with me and some of my colleagues. I'm honest and very public that the leadership of the House and of the Senate chose not to work with us, but the governor did to some degree. So some things that I would look at in that bill that I thought was very bad for towns and the way to actually have a commission operate. in function in municipalities. Some of that was taken out and some good things were put into the bill. There were still a number of concerning things to me. And I did have a number of amendments, I think 20 something, I lost count, to try to make the bill better. None of those amendments were taken up, but I'm gonna push this coming year. We go into session February, I think 4th. It's a very short session, like 3 months, so a lot's gonna happen in 3 months. But I still have a number of things to do to try to address housing affordability. The big problem I have with this bill, a couple items. One is it continues to focus on a program that the state runs called 830G. That's right out of the statute, 8-30G, which has been present for some decades. It's also been tried in New Jersey for a number of decades. It has not worked. It very strictly focuses on certain things about affordable housing, but as we all know, there's a much broader picture, housing affordability, to try to help more people who may not actually qualify for strict federal and state criteria for affordable housing. And myself and others were trying to work on making the bill better to try to address that and get away from the 830G, which hasn't achieved anywhere what it was intended to achieve, really update it, modernize it without actually getting rid of it. We weren't trying to weaken it in any way. Some other things in the bill that have raised some concerns, one of the big things that caused me to vote against the bill and really try to change the bill was issues about parking. There's been a big effort championed by people from other parts of the country, interestingly, who have a very different definition of a small town. I asked them that in a public hearing, and they told me that a small town to them was around 30 to 40,000 people. I mentioned to them that I represent a union of 800 people. But it's about parking and not really allowing in certain degrees commission's discretion to require off-street parking. That this was actually a big contentious issue in the bill. It did remain that way. There was a number of changes in the bill. I even picked up an error in the bill. There's a loophole that was unexpectedly created that I tried to fix, but I guess we'll have to fix that next session. So there's a whole bunch of new things to jump through for public safety, even though they say that there's provisions in the bill to allow the commission to still make decisions based upon public safety, which is one of the 3 fundamental charges of public health, public welfare, public safety. There's also quality of life in the statute as well. That's built in, and environmental concerns as well. There's still going to be a lot more hurdles and hoops now that commissions will have to get through, jump over in trying to deal with off-street parking. The other thing that I did not like in the bill that we tried to change is now there's more bureaucracy. There's going to be a new council on housing, I think it's called. That was ruled by the majority leader in the Senate. He was very honest about that when I asked him. It appeared in the bill. It's going to be a new bureaucracy that at times planning and zoning commissions with their affordable housing plans that have to get state approval. You might then have to go through that council to get approvals potentially separate from the Office of Policy and Management. There's a little bit of a weird pathway. I didn't think we needed more bureaucracy at the state level. I do like the fact that there is going to now be some more potential funding for towns, depending upon what they do with affordable housing, if they tie some of it to transit-oriented districts. Not all towns have that ability, but at least some of that is there, which is something I was pushing for, and a housing growth fund, which the state has, but the state is going to really tag it more to a number of affordable housing plans. The affordable housing plans that you have to come up with, there was a big push to get away from something called fair share, which was this artificial, I call it a quota for lack of a better term. There was a consultant that the state paid $250,000 from. They were from Oregon. They decided to come up with this plan about how many affordable housing units each town in the state would have to come up with. That didn't fly. And OPM actually didn't follow the right process and had to change the process legally that we found out about. That is still in this bill to a certain degree. It's not called the fair share anymore, and it's not right out initially, but now the COGS, the councils of government, are going to be more empowered, almost akin to like having county government to more kind of create regional housing plans and either Thompson or your commission would agree with whatever they come up with. Or you come up with your own, but then it gets a little murky when you dig into the weeds. How exactly will the town navigate it that wants its own, and to what degree will the state say yes, say no, and that type of mechanics? That wasn't fully worked out. And that may be worked out by the agencies like Office of Policy and Management. And we're getting a new Secretary of Office and Policy and Management as of December 1st or something. Secretary Beckham is stepping down and will become a Superior Court judge. So it'll be interesting with the new leadership of Office of Policy Management is on it. But every 10 years or so, there's going to have to be these new recreation of regional housing plans. And interestingly, some of the methodology that's going to be built in, if you really read the fine print, is actually that fair share. That's really how that was. And if you listen to the debate in the House, that was discussed. And that was some of the plan there. With that said, there were a few things that we were able to fight with the governor, and he agreed to take out. The original bill that passed was going to penalize towns. You'd be deprioritized on steep grants, meaning money for bridges and roads, clean water, which towns do access at times, and urban action funds. You don't have to be urban necessarily to access the urban action fund. Those initially were going to be deprioritized if you didn't sign up for a transit-oriented district, and some towns don't. Like, I don't know where in Woodstock we might have a transit-oriented district. That was taken out. And I did give credit to the governor, I still do, that was too onerous. You can't be punishing towns, especially when they need money for roads and bridges. And the state's been doing a good job rolling that money out. That's taken out. But some of the funds that have been created are going to be tagged in certain ways to certain aspects of an affordable housing plan. Still, some of the transit-oriented districts, there's going to be some changes with how you can deal with conversion of like mixed uses or commercial to housing. Initially, it was going to be as of right. Now it's going to be by summary review, which is a little bit of a distinction in the regulations. I think it's 8-2R, if I remember correctly. But for all intents and purposes, it really isn't. And in fact, in the House debate, the majority leader was asked about that and basically said no. The intention was we just changed the wording, but we still like the as of right. That does take away certain degrees of discretion. Really, what commissions do on a case-by-case basis following their regulations. There's still a lot of unknowns in some of the bill. You know, as you can imagine, when you get these bills, and it's 104 pages, I at least had a day to read it. The House members literally got it an hour before they dabbled in. It's tough to read it. I have read through it and the 72-page summary, and I even had my staff compile a summary, but for some reason that came up to 120 something pages of summary. There's still going to be a lot of nuts and bolts to be worked out with the agency. Housing agency is more empowered. This council on housing is to be populated, and the majority leader's roundtable, which has been very interesting to attend and listen to, is getting empowered as well. So we're gonna have to figure out how towns now navigate that, and you're going to be working more with the cogs that are more empowered to create the regional housing plans that you guys certainly can participate in through your representatives to NECOG, or you can decide to create your own. But it's really trying to be pushed more at the regional level as opposed to the state. But if you look at some of the nuts and bolts, it's very similar the way that it's working. I am glad there's some more funding for regional planning for COGS. It actually was a bill of mine. So I'm glad it made it into this bill to see if we can use that to start getting more money out, especially out here in Northeast Connecticut. And if we are going to have to push more for transit, see about what we can do for the micro transit pilot programs that are out there that DOT runs. There may be potential funding, but we're uncertain where our budget is right now. So we have to figure that out next year, what we're going to do with our budget adjustments. Otherwise, there's a lot of other issues about rent control and things like that that aren't really germane to a planning and zoning commission. But it was a housing bill, and so there's a lot in the bill. What I've been telling folks when I've been talking with planning and zoning commissions in my district is really you're gonna have to create some flow sheets. I'm trying to do that through my office staff. I'm happy to share that with you when we come up with it, to try to understand the processes that you have to go with. And some of the timelines are pretty quick, coming up next year, and we might have to push them back if there's just realistically not enough time for municipalities to do certain things. And so there's that understanding that we'll see if we might give some more time. I tried to give an additional year of time to give you guys time to digest this all, but some of this will start to happen as early as July 1st, unless we move it back, and we'll see where that is. I'm having discussions with the governor's staff and some others about, don't want to rush you guys as you're trying to read through the bill and in the summary of it. So I do tell people that I did vote against it, but I had a lot of stuff for housing affordability. I think it was actually good, and I'm going to continue to push on that and see what we might be able to do to bring some of that more out front. Technically, the bill's a little bit better, I think, than the original bill. There were enough issues in there that I could not support it. And also, I didn't like the process. Like, it was really unilateral negotiations and bringing a bill out to us that late, right before we meet, isn't a good way of functioning. And we were still learning the bill as we were having discussions on many, many other things. That were maybe like a $500 million extra budget fund and other things we were trying to sort through that day. So really wasn't a good process, and wasn't fair to people like you who might want to weigh in through public hearing. Special session doesn't give you that opportunity. Public actually couldn't weigh in at all when we're in special session, because special session bypasses that. I would rather have a regular session where we can get the input. I'm a big fan of public hearings. It serves well. So I didn't like the process either. That was part of another reason I couldn't support the bill, even though parts of it I did support. So that's kind of where we are with it, but it's a big bill.
You all set there, Dr. Jeff Gordon? Is there any questions from the commissioners towards him?
I have, what I would,
Go ahead.
what I would like is if I called your office, I would like a short synopsis of the good and the bad and literally plain English, what it's going to do to help us and where the problems are going to be. If I call the office, will I be able to get something like that?
We don't have that finalized yet.
Okay. So you're talking July of next year when this thing is going to start to
Some
be
of the
put in?
provisions go in.
Okay,
We do have the 72-page summary created by the Office of Legislative Research that we got. And they do an analysis that is a little bit better to understand than just reading through the legalese of state statute. But my office and staff, we are working through trying to boil it down more and focus just on the planning and zoning, not the housing rent and housing authority
Yep.
part. We're taking that out of our analysis and putting that into a separate analysis. But I do have staff sorting through that. It's not ready yet.
okay.
So-
What, if you had to answer one thing, what is it gonna do to the small communities?
I don't think it's gonna help. I think it's gonna hinder.
Okay,
I don't think it's going down the right path. And I think there's more we can do for true housing affordability.
Yeah.
And not just be locked into the 830G that hasn't worked in, I think, 30-something years. So my concern is that the bad aspects of the bill outweigh the good. That was my assessment.
okay, can towns opt out of this? I mean, say we don't want to take any part of this. Is that a doable thing?
No, I mean, this.
So when it comes in as the bill, yeah, I know how it works, but if it comes in as the bill, then we are required to follow, right?
It's all gonna be put into law. You
Okay,
can decide not to go with the regional COG affordable housing.
okay,
And the COG coming up with how many affordable housing units you might have to have in town. And create your own, but then it gets into to what degree then is that approved, disapproved, just otherwise allowed by the Office of Policy and Management and this Council on Housing. Those questions weren't fully answered during special session, and we're trying to get a better handle on that as far as the legislative intent of it. And some of the wording is a little unclear. And there were some errors in the bill, some actually not minor errors that were pointed out that are gonna end up being fixed next year,
Okay, thank you.
so.
Anybody else? If not, like
Just
to
one-
think, oh,
one quick
go
one.
ahead.
Yeah, there was one that stood out to me, I guess, was under the CGS 8.2 related to the middle housing and mixed use development, so effectively taking commercial and converting them to residential. And it sounded like that they were attempting to bypass the current process. Where, they called it a definition of the summary review. So I guess that was an area that got some attention, and I was just curious where you.
Oh, it did, and that was something that a fellow senator of mine, chair of planning and development, had a bill on and got that into 5002. That it was gonna be just outright as of right. It was a big push by him. It was an effort, and I tried to work with him to modify that and even to let towns decide on their own to do it and then get certain housing unit equivalency points for affordable housing. We couldn't fully get that. So this was a way, quite frankly, to take the words as of right out and use the summary review. During the House debate, it was very much said that the intention is basically as of right. Summary review is slightly different, but if you really look at it, this summary review still can have certain concerning things, and that's in 8-2R, I think. That's where summary review is based. It's not a big little section. But yes, that is still the push for as of right, and the talk is that there may be some proposed changes next session to try to move it back to as of right. But I don't know if that's gonna come to fruition or not, but there will be an effort to bring it back to full as of right.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you,
Yes,
Jeff,
sir.
for your time.
Thank you, happy to be here.
Very much.
At least we got some better knowledge, because I read that whole bill, 101 pages, whatever it is. And I got a headache over it, so.
Well, the bill that came out Friday was 90-something pages. I read it like 4 times. And knew a new one was coming out, and it came out to the House. I got a copy a couple hours before the House did. And then we had to read through it, but it is tough on the spot to read bills like that.
Okay.
With that, but we're happy to provide more information. The staff is boiling it down for all the different parts. As objectively as we can to let you know how some of the working is, or our understanding of the working.
Just wanted to thank you for your time and for being able to come in person today. That was very, very impactful. We really appreciate it.
I'm always happy.
It's given us an idea, because we're doing our regs over, and we're one, I think we're one of the few towns in Connecticut that has taken like a commercial property, on Old Mills, and we already let it being used for apartments and whatever. So I think we got a head start on that, but I was just curious how that's gonna affect us, because we already doing it, so to speak, to give. And it's in our main district, so. We'll just see how it plays out.
I'm gonna continue to work to try to make some of the bill better in certain ways, to broaden things that the towns are already doing. To give them more credit.
That would
in
be
the eyes of the
helpful.
state.
Yes.
And I had a number of amendments that unfortunately didn't fly, but I'm gonna bring them back to the bills and already having discussions with some of the chairs of some of the key committees about that, and see, all right, what can we do in the next session? Not to reverse the bill perhaps, but add some things that I think might be good to it, and maybe leverage some more state money for certain things, and we'll see where that goes, but that's how I'm approaching it.
Okay,
Whatever we can do to make it better, I'm happy to do that.
well, appreciate it. Thank you very much for
Thank
coming.
you, everybody.
Thank you.
I wish I could stay all night, but I have some more Zoom meetings tonight to attend, so.
Thank you.
But anyway,
Happy Thanksgiving.
yes, you guys have good holidays.
Thank you very much.
Any other citizens? They need to speak? Who do we have in Zoom?
Nobody with a hand up.
Anybody with a hand up? Okay. Oh, go ahead, young lady, state your name. and-
Allison Plant,
Right over here, or within 6 feet, please. 5, 6 feet. Name and address.
Allison Plant, 46 Klondike Street, here in Thompson. I'm requesting that the committee, put a blight ordinance into town. There's several properties in town that are pretty much bringing down the assessment values of our homes. I have 2 on my street alone. I tried selling my home last year, for the assessment value that was assigned to my home this year. Couldn't even get an offer on the home because of the two homes on the street that are affecting the resale value of my home, so therefore I'm losing the equity value. With that being said, now I had to ask the town this year to drop the assessment value of my home, which they agreed to do by $10,000 because of that problem. So with that being said, I think we need to do something in this town about that.
My suggestion to you, young lady, is speak to the Director of Planning and Development and talk to her and let her and you get together and come up and have it come back to us. Because I think we dealt with this in the last few years of the lighting. So it's the language, and you gotta remember, neighbors, also have a right too. So, but speak to her, that's her job. And go from there and see if we can get it on the agenda or subcommittee where we're going over some of the regs. That's the best I can tell you right now.
Fair enough.
Can I have your name again, please?
Allison Plant.
Can I make a statement, Chairman, please?
Go ahead.
It's actually not the Planning and Zoning Commission that does the blight, it's the town selectmen to do it.
Yeah, it goes to.
Yeah, it's a town
The
meeting.
town selectmen, they do ordinances.
Okay.
But
I apologize for that.
because she brings that information to the board. of
Fair enough.
selectmen.
But
But we do not, it's not in the zoning purview to have the blight. in the
Well, one of the properties that's in my street has, I guess, been given the opportunity to run a construction business out of their private home. So I don't know how a residential area is running a commercial
Right, so it's
business too.
Klondike Street.
Yes.
And they have permission to,
Run a construction business, septic business, whatever you want to call it, out of their home.
isn't that the one that
And
we,
I have to look at the home occupation permit.
that's what I was just
I
gonna
was
ask.
told that
She
they
has-
were, I was told that they were allowed to run out there, but I mean, I have construction trucks running down my street daily. I mean, it's ripping up the road. I can't sell my home. I walk out my front door now, that's what I'm staring at.
If you want to
So-
put your phone number down here
Sure.
and I'll call you.
I've called the town a couple of times and I'm getting nowhere with it. That's why I'm here tonight.
We have a new administration, so call the selectman's
no, that's-
office again.
And that's why I'm here tonight
Yeah.
to, there's been a
If
change,
it's,
so I wanna
if
say
it's
something.
an ordinance in
Yeah.
your territory.
Yeah.
Allison, we'd love to have you as a citizen comment of the Board of Selectmen's meeting, and you're more than happy to call my office
No problem.
tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'd love to talk about
Gee,
it.
Sounds like fun.
look at,
Thank
we
you.
got progress.
Love progress.
And that's why I came to
Yeah.
for progress. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you for coming, man.
Thank you.
Anybody else in the audience? Nothing still on Zoom, correct?
Nobody has a hand up.
Okay, now we go off and we'll move to approved minutes. The where is it? Where do I just had it here in front of me? Okay, we got the P and Z meeting minutes for October 27, 25. Is there a motion to accept the minutes of October 27th?
I'll make that motion to accept.
I'll second.
May I speak, please? There's a lot of corrections. I have a lot of corrections to the minutes.
Okay,
Okay.
but I just wanted to get it in, then we can still make the corrections, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Ready?
Yep.
Page 5. Go down,
Page 5,
page 5. I have it all tabbed, but it's my homework. Under CEO comments. I requested a change, on at the end of the last sentence, approvals are in hand. I asked for the correction to be. The approvals are in the record.
so in other words, take handout, and
No, yeah, you take it. Approvals are in the record. Yes, you take handout.
Wait, Cindy, can you repeat that, please?
Approvals are in the record.
Yeah.
The purpose of that is that
Page 5.
somebody comes 5 years from now.
page
and wants-
5,
Page 5,
October 27th.
under ZEO.
Okay.
5 years from now, somebody comes and looks at it and says, well, what's in hand? It's gonna be in the record. Okay. That's the first correction. Page 6. It was approving the minutes of September 22nd. And ZEO comments, there is a correction that application was approved and needs to be recorded correctly. The motion and second are amended as requested, except it didn't say what application that I asked to be approved to be corrected, that it was voted on. So that application was application 25-28. And as far as who approved it, et cetera, I didn't go that far back. But I did make the correction last month. And I did go far back and saying what it was, but I didn't have time to find that information.
You said on page 6.
Page 6,
Yep.
down the bottom. ZEO comments, this is after Jane Celsi moves to accept, second by Robin. That's the P and Z minutes, and then I made a correction to it. But nobody wrote down what the correction was for. The correction was that it wasn't in the minutes that a motion was made to approve that application.
So what was the,
Well, exactly, what was the application? The application was 25-28,
okay,
but I don't have the exact wording on your approval. Of the, of the motion,
what was the P and Z number again?
25-20.
25-28.
Thank you.
Okay,
So then what we'll do is.
well, I actually attached the minutes to this correction. And it's on page 3, and it just said discussion and action, and then the last line, JB Linky asked about egress, states in the jurisdiction of the fire marshal, and that was it. There was no vote on it. And I found that, and I said it last month, I found that mistake when I went and wrote out the permit for the applicant. I wanted to see make sure it was approved, which I knew it was, but it wasn't in the minutes, so I made that correction, but you didn't correct the applicant, you didn't put in the application we were correcting. Okay, any more questions on that one? Okay, page 8. Okay, page 8, down to PZ 25-38. We moved to table that to this month's meeting, but there was nothing written that we moved to table it.
Yes, there is, Cindy. It's on the next page.
Next page.
Oh, next page, okay. I thought I looked, you know what? I had to pull 9 out and I apologize for that. So forget that one, guys. Number 9. Okay,
What else do you have there, Ms. Dunn?
Oh, okay, no, that's something else. Okay, page 11. Under Brian B. Santos. The second line says she asked the CEO to look into it. I think it should be he asked the CEO to look into it. And then number 16, correction is that the next November meeting is at the Thompson Town Hall, not the Thompson Public Library. That's it.
What's the address? To the
815 Riverside Drive.
815?
Yeah.
Thank you.
John, I'll amend my motion to approve the minutes with the corrections that Cindy has brought up.
Jane makes a motion to amend the motion to the corrections that, and I hope I said it, what you just said, that our zoning enforcement officer has corrected. Mike Krugel, do you second that?
I will agree with that, yes.
Okay, any further discussion? If hearing none, we'll start with you, Mr. Santos.
Brian Santos, yes.
Dave Popolski, yes.
Randy Blackmer, yes.
Ryan Tenori, yes.
Mike Krugel,
Mike Krugel, yes.
Jane Salsa, yes.
Ray Williams, yes. Daniel Bennett, yes.
Kaiser Levesque, please,
Kaiser Levesque, yes.
and John B. Linky, yes. Passed unanimously. Okay, on to the next one. Where do I put everything? Next one is the Planning and Zoning Subcommittee meeting that was held on Thursday, the 13th of November, 2025. Is there a motion on the floor to accept the P and Z Subcommittee meeting of November 13th? Anybody? I'll motion to approve. Thank you.
I'll second it.
Any further discussion of the minutes, any corrections? I thought it was well put together. I think we had it was a good subcommittee. Hearing none. All in favor, start with you, Mr. Bennett, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay,
Ray Williams abstained.
Jane Salsa abstain.
Mike Krugel abstained.
that's three abstaining, one. Brian,
Ryan Tenori, yes.
Randy Blackmer, yes.
Dave Popolski abstained.
Ryan Santos, yes.
Kaiser Levesque,
Kaiser Levesque, yes.
and John B. Linky, yeah. Passed. 6 yes, 4 abstaining. Thank you. Next on the agenda is applications received. Do we have any applications received there, Ms. Dunn?
Well, yeah, if you turn to the next page,
Okay,
your agenda.
I haven't got to the next page. Well, Matt, I'm talking to you.
Okay, yes, you have
Okay,
5 more there.
thanks a lot. P and Z, application P and Z 25-32, applicant Amelia Urser. Property, I hope I said that correctly. Property owner of 17 Bull Hill Road, map 46, block 104, lot 89E, zone RRAD, 6.56 acres. Request to install ground-mounted 8 retractable solar panel arrays according to zoning regulations, Article 14-275-14.5 B and C. Is there a motion on the floor to accept P and Z 25-32?
I'll make the motion to accept P and Z 25-32.
I'll second it.
Any
Mr.
discussion
Chairman,
on
by
it?
Accept, do you mean approve?
No.
No,
Says applications received. Let me just get this in, and then we go down to discussion and action. Okay, are we, a motion to accept it, so we can take it to discussion and action? Who made the motion?
I did.
Oh, Mike Krugel, I'm sorry, I got, and Jen. Okay, is there any discussion on it just before we go to the next one?
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
acting chair. Cindy, on this, with the NDDH, do you pass that information on to the building inspector for, when they issue the permit for this? For the septic system taped off during the construction phase?
I passed the permit on to them. So, I don't specify that, you know, who gave approvals, et cetera, no.
No, but they're calling out, they want a septic system to be taped off during the construction to ensure proper separating distance, so it seems like NDDH wants that, it's just gotta be communicated to the building
Okay, if that's a
building
condition,
inspector, yeah,
Yeah.
I think that,
okay,
they're supposed to call it out, so I don't wanna see them jeopardize their project because they didn't, you know.
so let me just write that down clearly on
Yep.
application 25. 32. Notify. Which what I'll do is I'll give a copy of the
Yeah.
approval,
Perfect. That's all I have. to say.
building office of NDDH's approval. Okay. The applicant is here. Do you have any questions on my remarks from my memo? And I thought these were great photos. I did put them into I know
Yes.
some of them got the packet late, and so I don't know if everybody got the photos, but I thought these were absolutely great photos. You get a good visual of what that system looked like.
John?
Hang on.
Yeah.
You all set?
I'm all set. If anybody has any questions.
I have a question, and of course, it's trackable solar, correct?
Yeah, it moves.
It moves, that's, okay, that's what I'm thinking, I just want it clarified, yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Actually, those are the best way, but.
Yeah, I had not heard that one, and I just wanted to make sure it was clear in my
Well, they've
head.
been used for a long time.
Yeah, yeah,
That's why I wanted a better picture of it.
yes,
the
and it's
visual.
really good, yeah,
It was
I
really
did like
good.
the picture.
Like I said, they're here if
Yeah.
you want to. If they want to speak.
Is the applicant here?
That'll be me.
Go ahead, you're welcome to,
Rename and address.
So my name is Pavel.
please.
My name is Pavel from 17 Bull Hill Road. Is there any questions about it?
No, I think you're good. I just wanted to cover you to make sure
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
you know,
Okay,
I have one question.
Yes.
What is the height of these?
So depending on the angle, so highest point, you're probably gonna get like, somewhere around 13, 14 feet maybe. So, yeah, it's.
It's not you,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right,
yeah.
that's why there's 8 of them, and
Yeah.
even then it's very small too.
No, that's nice.
Yeah.
that's the way to go.
I may be talking like you.
Yeah.
If there's anything else? Anybody else?
In my back, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, we'll start with you, mister.
So it's been approved, seconded, and then you have your comment on that.
Yep,
yeah,
Yeah.
that's, I guess a condition, Cindy, right?
Yeah, the
Make a
condition that
Yeah,
I notify the
Ryan
building
Santos, yes.
office.
Dave Paplowski, yes.
Randy Blackmore, yes.
And Canoyer, yes.
Mike Michael, yes.
Jane Salty, yes.
Ray Williams, yes.
Daniel Bennett, yes.
Kaiser Levesque,
Kaiser Levesque, yes.
John B. Linky, yes. Unanimous. So it's all set. All set with that?
Yep, I'm all set with you guys, all right?
Anything else, anybody else want to like to speak up to? All right, now we go on to P and Z 2532 discussion. Not that one, 2534. Well, we gotta put a line, for me to separate it. Applicant Thompson Business Park LLC, property owner of 0 Ridden Road, map 65, block 100, block 40, zone BDD, 10.748 acres, requests approval of a 259 unit self-storage facility constructed in 2 phases according to zoning regulations, Article 10.275, 10.2, number 20.
This the one pushed out?
Yeah, it's a push.
Yeah, we pushed it out. for
No,
months.
this is not pushed out. Oh, wait a minute, this is the unit?
No, the dirt, the gravel operation
back.
is pushed out, I
Yeah,
believe.
yeah, the
If I
gravel
remember
operation. I don't know why no one's here to speak on this. Is anybody here to speak on this? I have no idea. I talked to Greg,
See online?
maybe he intended, is he up there?
No.
No. Well, I'm asking.
Maybe he intended for both to be pushed out, but all I heard
That's
was
right.
push out.
Yeah, that's what.
Would you,
We'll motion the table.
okay.
I'll
Motion by-
second.
Motion by Brian Santos. And seconded by Jane Salcy. To push out application PZ 25-34 till next month, correct?
Correct.
Thank you. Next month. P and Z 25-34. That was the one we just did. Jesus. I gotta put a line on any of these things to separate them.
And we've got Miss,
No, we just did.
Mr. Chairman,
We're going to 38.
okay, so
Hang
it's,
on a minute.
it's the numbers.
Yeah.
They're off because you've got 25-34 Thompson Business Park LLC. Then the applicant Craig Shea is also 25-34.
No, it's not. No, it's 38.
I got 34 on mine.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
I
can
don't?
see what-
Oh, I've got, okay, gotcha, thank you, thank
We're all
you.
aligned.
Yeah,
Line of the
okay,
25-34
yes.
discussion and action.
was
That's
confused.
separate. That's what
Okay.
Remember I
confused
said I
me.
was gonna correct that?
Yes, yeah,
Which I did.
okay. Jeez, okay.
Chair, acting chair,
Yes,
can we tell everybody to save this paperwork so that they
Yeah.
don't have to
Yeah.
reprint it off for next time?
that should be, if we're putting it off till next month, you should automatically put it
Yeah,
in
but
ahead.
sometimes it gets reprinted and we
Yeah.
already.
Well, no, we just tell,
Yeah, I'm
Remind-
writing a note right now.
remind our
Just
zoning.
trying to save the
enforcement
town
officer.
some money on ink and paper.
Oh, yeah, we gotta
Tell me
worry
about
about
it.
the budget.
And-
coming
and your
up.
work. Your hours.
Okay, so-
Okay, application 2538, applicant Greg Shea, property owner of 0 Red Bridge Road, map 42, block 99, lot 7A, zone RRAD, 2.00 acres. Request a 2-lot subdivision according to subdivision regulations articles.
Daniel, lead us to the promised land.
Right, I'll do that downstairs. All right, good evening, everyone. For the record, I'm Daniel Blanchett. I'm a licensed civil engineer and land surveyor. I have here some updated 11x17s. The plans were revised late last week. Make sure that everyone has something in front of them to look at.
Can I have one of those? Cause I gave them all
Oh, so
away.
this is you.
You have one of those. James.
I was gonna say, it's the same thing.
Is it the same? Okay, I wanted to make sure.
Too
Okay,
often.
this
Can I have it?
Is it
I
the same
gave them all
thing?
away.
Gave them all
Ain't
away.
saying no.
Trying to help you out a little bit.
Thank you.
All right, so again, I'm here tonight on behalf of the applicant, Craig Shea, to seek your approval this evening for a subdivision. We have a 2-acre property that my firm created as a free split in 2023, back when the zoning had a 2-acre minimum. Now that we have a 1-acre minimum in town, the applicant would like to split the 2-acre lot in half and build 2 houses, each with about 1 acre. So I'm gonna breeze through the cover sheet. If we go to sheet 2, we have Red Bridge Road on the left-hand side. You can see the property. Again here, which is on the south side of Red Bridge Road, it's currently vacant, it's wooded, it's undeveloped. And again, it was done originally as 1 2-acre lot, and now we'd like to basically cut it in half. We do have NDDH approval. There are no wetlands on site. The Wetland Commission with Margaret has reviewed it. They approved it at their meeting earlier this month. And so we should have all our other necessary approvals this evening. Looking at sheet 3 real quick, the site plan, kind of the meat and potatoes. Again, same thing. We have Red Bridge Road here at the left-hand side. And we have, again, both lots are very similar, the same style of house, the same size septic system. a similar driveway. Again, we kind of raised ranch houses with the garage under. Driveways coming up on the left-hand side of the house. Basic septic systems, wells. I think it's a pretty straightforward project. Again, we have NVDH approval for the septic systems. In terms of drainage, we have used qualified pervious areas. The new stormwater regulations in Connecticut allow for what's called a simple disconnection. And so when you have a pervious area like a rooftop, a driveway, if that's draining by sheet flow, just overland onto a pervious area like a lawn, a woods, you can basically cut it out. It's not counted anymore as impervious area. And so, again, there's no formal drainage proposed. It's a small project. There's no basins, there's no culverts, there's no pipes. The building is going to drain onto the lawn. The driveways will drain onto the lawn. The site does slope up from the road, but there's very little impervious area. I don't expect any impacts to neighboring properties as a result of stormwater. There should not be any increase in runoff after development. Sheet 4 again has some general notes, details, information on constructing the septic systems. That's pretty much it. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
I do have one question.
Yes, sir.
I'm just curious, really, why did the little peninsula go up in front of that? Why is it cut like that?
That's a good question. Yes, I should have mentioned. So the lot to the west side on the bottom of the page has adequate frontage. It's a regular lot. The site doesn't have enough frontage to have two regular lots. And so the lot on the east or the top is effectively an interior lot. It has a 50-foot access strip, but a very short access strip. It is an unconventional layout. I'm happy to admit that, but I do believe it meets all the zoning regulations. And so the lot to the top, it's technically an interior lot. It just has a very small access strip.
Chairman, can I make a statement? Did everybody get a chance to read the email I sent, and I had copies I gave you of what I didn't have answered by last Friday, but we got it today.
Is this it?
Okay, that's, if it says 0 Red Ridge Road and dated 11/24, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay,
At 10:25 AM, huh?
that's right.
Better than the Senate.
Hang on a minute. Yes, I could do. Okay. Motion on 2538 of applicant Greg Shea property, PNC 2538.
I'll make a motion. We approve P and Z 25-38.
Second.
I do have a question though after.
Well, when we do it, you have a chance to discuss it or.
So Cindy, I know that Daniel sent around, he's gonna go aerial instead of underground for the utilities, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So do we have to put that, I mean, our regulations call for underground. Do we have to call that out that he's actually, we're granting him permission to go aerial?
I would like, yes, that would be
Okay,
great.
so I think we should. No, but I think I saw something from today, I think.
Yes, yeah. So again, as part of Cindy's comments, one of our questions had to do with overhead or underground utilities. In this case, my opinion, it makes sense to go overhead. There's telephone poles 200 feet away. Again, it'll save the applicant money having to install them. If the commission wants underground utilities, you know, we'd be happy to do that.
No, I don't think we cut the road. I agree with you. That was my.
Because you would have,
I agree.
if they were to go underground in a house, they would have, once they got to the property line, they would have to put a pole to go up and go across the road, because the power lines and everything are on the opposite side of that.
Yes, sir.
So it's just as easy.
Yeah.
Up
Yeah,
in
so
the
I
air.
just wanted to make sure that we.
Okay.
Yes,
allow you to do that.
I appreciate it. Thank
Go
you.
against the regulations.
All right. Any other questions? Or of discussion for this? Hearing none? Oh, sorry, go ahead, Mr.
Do you have any other comments that?
No, I'm good.
Okay,
No, took care of everything.
Go ahead, Mr. Blackmer, that was what you wanted to
that's
have.
all I wanted to know.
Okay, thank you. Just double checking. Motion was made by Dave, seconded by Brian. No further discussion is needed since we discussed it. Now we just need to vote on it.
Just with that one item.
Well,
Yep.
add that one item. Thank you, Brian.
Brian Santos, yes.
Dave Paplowski, yes.
Randy Blackmer, yes.
Ryan Canori, yes.
Mike,
Krogo, yes.
James Halsey, yes.
Ray Williams, yes.
Daniel Bennett, yes.
Kaiser Levesque,
Kaiser Levesque, yes.
John B. Linky, yes. Unanimous.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
On to anything? Ms. Terra,
What?
I heard you.
I was just sighing.
Oh, sorry, just checking, that's all. Okay, we go on to PZC 25-39, applicant Rawson Construction Corp., owner of 0 Aquatic Town Farm Road, map 162, block 11, lot 12G, zone RRAD, 4.44 acres, request for a 3-lot subdivision according to the Town of Thompson subdivision regulations, Article 3.
I make a motion, we accept the public hearing, PZC.
He made a mistake in reading it. It's a re-subdivision.
Re-subdivision.
Oh.
I did,
I thought you said, I didn't hear the.
I said 3-lot re-subdivision.
No, I thought you said subdivision.
That's
But
okay.
I wanted to make sure it's right, because sometimes I get that subdivision, and re-subdivision mixed up too.
My second.
And seconded by Brian. Any discussion on it? Hearing none, we'll put it to a vote. We'll start with you, Mr. Bennett.
Daniel Bennett, yes.
Ray Williams, yes.
Mike Krogo, yes.
Oh, Jane stepped out. Okay.
Brian Santos, yes.
Dave Paplowski, yes.
Randy Blackmer.
Ryan Canori, yes.
Kaiser Levesque,
Kaiser Levesque, yes.
John B. Linky, yes. And
Just call
Jane
me
Saul.
Jane an abstention.
yes, I was just gonna abstention. Okay, it passed with 9 good votes. On to P and Z application 2540 Park 5 LLC, owner of 5 Park Street, map 63, block 95, lot 5, zone DMRD, 0.27 acres, request to increase dwelling apartments from 6 to 9 apartments. 3 apartments will be constructed on the 3rd floor. Request accordingly to Town of Thompson zoning regulation, Article 12-275, should be dash in there. 12-275 12.2, table of permitted uses, number 21. Zoning permit with site plan review by commission. Do I hear a motion?
I'll make the motion to accept the public hearing.
No, it's not.
Not a public hearing.
Yes, it is.
Site plan review.
Site plan review.
That's the one above it.
Oh,
Mr. Krogo.
okay, I'm sorry.
Put P and Z 25-39, put a line underneath it. That-
That's what I went down and did all of that, yeah.
I'm gonna have to sit down with the CEO. We're gonna have to come up with a better way to do that.
Yeah.
Paperwork on that. Review. I'll see it in here. It is.
What's that?
You got it in,
That's the part, yeah.
Yeah, it was somewhere. I saw the back decks, the stairs in the back, the dome.
Yeah, it's-
I saw it
Yeah,
somewhere. I can't remember what it
Was it
is.
separate?
yeah. that's it.
That's right.
Oh, that is. the email.
Did you get it Friday?
I thought
I
it
came
was.
in-
I thought it was in here. I just can't find it right now. Brian's got it. It's like cheap.
I know what they're doing. No.
I had emailed and said it came in late, but they came in before noon on Friday. They came in Thursday with it, so I'm legally required to present it to you.
Is the applicant here tonight?
Yeah, okay.
That's all we need to know.
So do you have my comments on it? Does everybody have my comments on it?
Wouldn't you want to go through them?
Thought I
You got a
gave
lot
I think it's on the bottom of your packets, guys.
a lot of, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the last thing on your packet. I went, whoever picked the packets up before Friday didn't get it, but I'm sure I emailed you.
I picked them up before Thursday.
I don't think anybody picked them up before Friday, they were already, right?
You want?
Yeah, they were ready.
No, Thursday night.
You can pass that one. I don't need that.
The
copy.
email
She
from-
needs it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Kevin was at the town hall.
You give anyone one?
Yeah.
Thank you, Sarah. So basically what it looks like is,
Here you are.
thank you.
That's it, guys. I think it's what I handed you earlier. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe, no. It's what I handed everybody earlier today when you came in.
Did you hand me one of these?
I only got these.
You handed it to David, you didn't give me one. But I won't tell anybody. Oh, maybe. You didn't hand that to me when I
Yeah,
came
it's on the bottom of your packet. It came in on the board.
in. Okay, I got one.
Brian and David, you should have one.
I go,
Okay.
yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So would you like for me to speak before the applicants? I just took A and B out of Article 4. I wrote there what they did not need to comply with, which is what I am allowed to do. And then wherever you needed something that I thought you needed, I put that's there. So the site plans for the unit are attached, 7 pages, site plans for the detail excavation. The 3 requested new apartments. While the plans are designed to meet the building code, I felt there was enough information for the commission to determine the applicant's compliance with the following: 4.275, 4.4 A and B. And I wrote it all out. So if you have any questions on anything I wrote out, the applicant is here. Applicants are here. And if you have any questions of them, I thought the plan was great.
Yeah, I thought so.
I attached the required 100-foot abutters. The list of them. And I attached the flood hazard FEMA report.
Go ahead, Mr.
Chair. Thank you,
What's that?
thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm not doing anything additional with parking. It's pretty.
I looked at it online on the map and it looked like there was plenty of parking there, so.
On the left side.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole lot.
Yeah, that's how it
Did
felt.
Amy look at this too?
Who?
Amy, fire marshal.
I can, well, the permit will go to the fire marshal.
I didn't know if there was something up there.
Yeah, no, that's how they know that this is gonna be happening, because I send the.
It looks like egress is all good.
Yeah.
I'm all set.
But like I said in my memo, it's, obviously this was designed for the building codes, but I figured it was just as good for us too. So. Because it's only 0.2 something acres, 2.5 or 4 acres. So.
It's in the DMRD.
Yeah, and there's no new construction.
I'll be giving it a 3rd floor.
Yep.
If no one else has any questions.
No, I don't.
I'll make a motion to approve PZC 25.
Motion by Brian.
I'll second.
Second by Mike Krugel. Any further discussion? If not hearing any, we'll get the vote on it. So you, Mr.
Ryan Santos, yes.
Dave Pelkowski, yes.
Randy Blackmer, yes.
Ryan Connor, yes.
Mike Rogel, yes.
Jane Saucy, yes.
Ray Williams, yes.
David Bennett, yes.
Kaiser Levesque,
Guys, or Levesque, yes.
John B. Linky, yes. Passed unanimously.
Yeah.
Oh, we had a basketball one. Nice. All right, we're on to agenda 8. Applications received after the agenda was posted.
None.
Thank you. Number 9, reports of officer and staff. You're up there, Secretary Treasurer.
Okay, for the budget report, I'll start off by saying that we had a one item that I want to highlight here. We did submit the OWL Labs so that we will have some upgraded technology that's been long overdue. And on the item in your packet here, there's a correction under the professional services where it was taken out. So quick math shows that the available balance shown of 2910 should reflect 1063. The OWL Labs receipt, and I'll read that out by line items here. Total was 1847, so $1,847 total, comprising 3 items. The Meeting Owl 4 Plus for 1649, which we received a significant discount for. I believe it was 25% off the top line. And also the USB C2C super speed cable for $99 and the Meeting Owl stand for $99. So with that, the items here are amending to 1,063 under professional services. So that's the only correction from the part in your packet. The rest were standard expenses such as the zoning officer and Mr. Reporting Secretary, also the shopper's guide. So there were no other items that stood out other than the OWL. So what that'll make is with doing a quick correction here. So if I subtract the available, we should reflect minus 1847 and from the available budget of 36,833. So the new amount, which I was just calculating here. New balance is going to be $34,986. So again, just a slight correction to your packet reflecting purchase of the OWL. Does anybody have any questions about the budget report or the OWL?
Yes. When do you think you're gonna get it in your actual hands?
Sure. So the past week, we went up to Paula in finance, and she's going to be sending out a check, which happens every Thursday, which we learned in this cycle here. So we did get it in for this past Thursday. So the check has been out.
No, it won't go out till this week because it was submitted by Thursday.
Yeah,
It
it
goes
goes
to the following.
today to sign up for final approval, so you should have that disbursement this week.
Yeah, and then it's gonna get sent by mail, because we didn't have a chance to use the the credit card from the finance office because he wasn't around. So they accepting a check, so it's gonna take a little longer to get it.
So we're hoping to have it by next meeting, I guess, is the bottom line, and we're gonna see how long it takes to get in and get to.
It's gotta go by.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we were just commenting. Yeah.
Okay, so all right, so you have to go through the town in order to get the money. So P and Z, they have a credit card or do
No.
we have a bank? We don't have anything. It has everything.
We
has
don't,
to be-
that was the question we need.
In the finance department, just to clarify, Bill has the credit card upstairs and Paula does the
Checks.
does the checks. So she
Okay,
does
so
the-
P and Z does not have its.
It
own
comes
check.
out of our budget.
Okay,
That's what they do, but with a line item, because he's got the line item, we got the invoice.
so they're the ones writing the checks, basically. Okay.
upstairs, yeah.
He has
Okay.
a bit of a triple redundancy. I
Yeah,
think.
that's what,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it makes it a little,
It makes it slower, but
Yes.
it keeps everybody honest.
okay,
And
Thank you.
it makes its way to Nick, and it does come out of the professional services. line,
Okay.
Which was what I was briefing earlier report.
That we'll have to discuss later.
But we can discuss it.
No, no, we
You
don't
wanna
wanna
discuss?
no.
Okay.
Something, oh, we know it's coming. Hopefully it'll be here for the December meeting, so we can get it set up. And, you know, but I gotta have to get a hold of the tech that represents, I think, the whole New England area
Mhm.
to come down and help us so we can be able to make sure we hook it up
Do an
correctly
in-service.
to the laptops, you know, and all that stuff. 'Cause
We could have our IT representative here also, just in case something goes awry in the future, he'll at least have it, a background.
That's on you.
Oh, I'm quite aware. We'll make sure.
All we want is the owl, so the people in the audience.
Couldn't
up
agree
in
more.
Zoom.
I think it's a great idea, and I'm
Okay,
happy that you guys.
that was the whole thing
We've
for
had
the last.
countless complaints. so-
It's good, it's great technology.
Yeah, it
So
is.
It will be
Yeah.
just another thing to push us forward and make us more.
So I need a motion to accept the Secretary Treasurer's report. Anybody?
I'll make that motion.
Jane makes the motion,
Now second it.
Mike seconds it. All in, I know this one here, we're just gonna go all in favor, because I don't think we need a roll call on it. All in favor, just say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So be it. Now we go to B, our Director of Planning and Development. You're up.
Here's where you don't wanna listen.
Somebody needs to be. Okay, so a couple things, quickly, we'll start with the update on the subcommittee meetings for the annual regulations review process. Obviously, we had our most recent meeting at the end of, I don't even know what month we're in. What month are we in? November. Yeah.
Great year ago.
Last
She's
week.
coming up.
Yes, last week we had it, or 2 weeks ago. So you guys have received, the updated discussion draft. Following that meeting, it seemed a good opportunity to send you a couple of other things. Ryan, in the last subcommittee meeting, had created a little, a small spreadsheet showing what towns have approved, cannabis regulations, what have opted out, and what were in moratoriums. As I think even he mentioned in that that's all it was. Is it approved? Is it moratorium? It didn't say what they'd approved. So I did take the time to compile, and I know you guys have received it, whether or not you've had a chance to look at it, just a copy paste of all of the Northeast Connecticut towns and what they have approved. I have not yet, but will, ahead of the next subcommittee meeting, make a little comparison chart for the dimensional things, right? Because that's where we've still got open questions. What are the separation distances? What are the setbacks? What are the minimum lot sizes? Is it indoor grow only? Is outdoor grow allowed? So you have something that shows what your neighbors are doing as you decide how to handle that headed into your January meeting. For the December meeting, I'm looking at my calendar. I'm looking at either Thursday, the 11th or Thursday, the 18th. If you guys want to look at those two dates now, we can set it now, or I can email everyone tomorrow.
The 13th or the 18th, you said, Ms. Kara?
Correct. What's that?
You said 11, but you said 13.
Oh, yes, I said the 11th.
Okay,
Yes.
I apologize.
Yeah, two consecutive Thursdays, one or the other. Because after that is be on Christmas Eve or Christmas, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to have a meeting then.
Why not?
Closed.
Celebrate Christmas.
I'm good for the 18th.
Do you guys want to set that now, or do you want me to email it tomorrow?
Want to take a consensus tonight to see what dates you guys think, the 11th or the 18th? And Mr. Santos said the 18th.
For me.
For you. Okay, anybody else?
I think I'm traveling, but I'm not.
Okay, can I bring
The
something
lack
up?
of. Go
Yeah,
ahead, Jane,
yeah.
go ahead.
Okay, so this is the regulations review, like what we've been doing.
What we've been doing,
I'm just gonna throw this out there. December is a busy month for a lot of us. Oh. There's a lot of things that people are doing. Why don't we just shove it out to January?
You may make that choice.
Yeah,
However, if you make that choice, January is the last opportunity you have for a subcommittee meeting before you have to put it on your January agenda to accept for public hearing to vote in February, because you're on that time.
Well, I mean, nothing of this is written in stone. It's not like that we're under some sort of gun to say that it has to be done at X amount of times.
Because of the moratorium,
On the pot.
unlike usually,
Okay, so if
there
we-
is a time limit.
Okay, so if we're gonna meet on, for this, it would be, why, the other stuff we can kind of put back, but the pot, I agree, we should get that squared away.
Isn't that, we discussed on the subcommittee, was that the big item?
We did discuss.
Would be the longest one, Mr.
Yes, and regardless of whether you quickly.
Well, that's
review
what
the
I would
other
like to
proposed
do.
Changes
Yeah.
and then concentrate on the
Yeah.
cannabis, or literally only talk about the cannabis, either way is fine.
Well, we thought the cannabis, either that, we just put that on hold, because me personally, the moratorium will be coming up in, March,
But
right?
we can vote to extend the
Excuse
moratorium.
me.
Sorry, we can vote to extend it.
The thing about that is the moratorium is coming up in March, correct?
So the
I'm
time,
just asking, and we
I
can
know,
put that
and I-
off for another year, so we don't have to deal with the cannabis.
right, so you're asking, so I'm replying on the time frame.
Okay, I'm
So
just trying to get it
the,
across.
the moratorium, the date on the moratorium is March 20th.
Okay.
In order
March
for it to
20.
be effective by March 20th, you have, whether you release or extend, right? Whatever choices you make. In order for them to be effective by March 20th, which is 1 year, which is what you set as a time limit on your moratorium. You would have to have the public hearing to vote on those changes, whether it's all or some of them, at your February regular meeting. In order to vote on them at your February regular meeting, you have to accept them for public hearing at January, right? That's your timeline. And again, because you articulated in your moratorium that it would go 1 year and you would either take action or it would expire. If you want to take
gotta
any
be-
action, that's your time frame.
Okay, go ahead, Ray.
At our December meeting, if we put another moratorium on it for a year, we can still have our thing for January for regular regulations.
In theory, you could, except remember, this is actually in your online regulations. We got tied to not going and dipping into that pot more than once a year because we get charged by the service who hosts our regulations
the code.
online when we make changes. That's why the moratorium changes your process a little bit. It ties you down more. So if you vote, you can vote on it in December, but that means you're going a whole year on everything else. See what I'm saying? All your changes need to come at
Okay,
once.
Go ahead, Jane.
no, finish.
Well, it doesn't matter. We shouldn't have to change our regulations every single year. We have people that say, we told the people this. How about asking the people what they want? We could go a year without changing our regulations. You know, it's kind of rotten to tell, people say, we told the people we're gonna do this every year. How about asking what the people want?
The whole point of doing it every year is so that you have a more flexible document that's more responsive to the feedback you get. It's not that we are telling the people of
I
Thompson
got you, bro.
they have to have new regulations every year. It's saying that every year the commission is going to look at the regulations to make sure they are responsive to the needs of the community. It would be a lot less work for me if we didn't do it every year, but that was a best practice that this commission adopted.
Well, we did it, we adopted it, if I may, is the reason being is because of what we went through. So we decided to look at it every year. I think in all due respect that maybe we should look at it, that we do not have it, but with the regs we have, I think they're good. But we can always go back and look at the regs and make the changes. Okay, if needed. It's like anything else. What you put in place, something's gonna come along and throw a wrench into it. We don't know until it happens. That's the way it is. That's my feeling. I don't, everybody's got the things, but this is the time to say it. So we can really make a hard decision on this, let's move on with it. Or do we want to keep dancing with this thing every year? Like she said, remember the codification, am I correct with that?
Right.
This is what's gonna cost us money.
Code
So-
Online is our vendor, and essentially it's a charge by volume,
Yeah.
the number of changes we make in a given year, and each time we go back to them, they charge us for it. So that's why last year we clarified that it was going to be at most a once a year process, because in the past, sometimes you've gone and you've changed, and then you've changed, and then you've changed. That becomes fiscally unsupportable. It's fine with me if you guys decide you want to go to every other year. Maybe some years you open that conversation, you go, you know what, this year it's fine, we don't need to do anything. I think that's fine, but the commission has committed to doing that, not to force changes on people, Ray, but to be able to make changes when they become necessary. And you guys have put a lot of conversation into things other than the cannabis in this. Maybe you don't want to pursue those, and that's also fine. All of those things are up to you, but it's going to be a once a year thing. And your moratorium deadline, even if you choose to do it early, I mean, you're just resetting your clock, but you set that as a 1-year moratorium, which will expire on March 20th. So the latest you can do anything would be to accept for public hearing at your January meeting, to hold your public hearing in February, pass whatever changes, extension of the moratorium, release of the moratorium, whatever other changes you've discussed, you like them, you don't like them, that's all up to you. But that's your outside time frame for what's on the table.
Okay, Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead.
All right, several things. One, what does Code Online cost every time we get on?
Well, it's by volume. So the last time we did it, it was a couple of grand. I don't remember how much.
A couple of grand every time we use the Zoom to get on and do that.
No,
It
it's
has
not,
nothing
Zoom
to
has
do with
nothing to
Zoom.
do with it.
Okay.
This is to put
It's the
what we put.
actual
Oh,
update of
of
the
the
text
text.
of the regulations online that's now hosted by another vendor,
Okay. Why are you doing that?
because it's way better. It's way better.
Okay, all right, I'll take that. Number two, the pot moratorium, I think should be extended another year. That is something that the state hasn't even finished up with what they are doing with it. I don't want to be pushed into doing something because I don't have all the information that I want on this yet. I'm glad that Ryan came up with the things with what the other towns, communities are doing, but I do not want to be rushed into it on this issue. The other thing that I brought up, having another subcommittee meeting in December, the day that should be put off until January. December, for me, is an extremely busy month. So it's not do or die to get done in
Yeah,
December.
because the subcommittees lately, because, you know, we're into October, November,
Thanksgiving,
December.
everything.
We only been having 5 people.
Yeah.
And 5 shouldn't really dictate for the majority. So,
No.
you know, it would be nice to have at least 8, 9, 10, or whatever of a majority on these meetings like we used to have. So usually this is the wrong time for us to have maybe a subcommittee on that. So we just need to decide, okay, let's get this thing, like Ms. Tira said, let's get this thing straightened out. Or we just put the moratorium on, or as far as I'm concerned, I don't care if we adopt anything to do with cannabis or whatever, that's my opinion. But we need to do what is gonna be best for the people, okay?
I'm
Go, Brian, hold on, Brian, go ahead, you've been waiting.
Just want to clarify, so in January, the reason I would like to have the meeting in December is for the subcommittee to decide on what items will be presented to this group, this commission, to be approved for the amended regulations. We would do that in December and then make those recommendations in January and approve here, right? I just want to make sure I get the time.
So here are your options. And let's start with the idea that you schedule a meeting in December, because that's what we first talked about. If you schedule a subcommittee meeting in December and you are still not satisfied with all of the items, you don't feel ready to make a decision, you have one more opportunity in January to schedule another one to tighten it up.
Yep, but
If
then,
you skip December, You only have January to schedule an extra subcommittee meeting before your regular meeting.
Before the regular.
Right, so it's fine with me if you want to skip a month. It just puts more pressure on you guys to get it all done in one meeting.
I just want, can I?
Fine with me.
I just wanna,
Go ahead.
on the whole cannabis thing, I'm in agreement. At the next meeting, I would actually suggest to the subcommittee that we put in a moratorium. Because I would like to collect the data. I would like to do a full presentation to the public. Explain the process, explain where we are, explain the options, and take the year to do all of that. But there are other items that we have discussed in that subcommittee that I believe are very important. We've come to consensus and that they should be brought to the table here in January and approved for the regulation update. So that's my suggestion.
Hold that thought.
And that's what I just said. Put the pot off.
Will you wait a minute? Go ahead, Dan.
Well, my thought is that no matter what, it's gonna blow up anyway. There's only, like you said, there's only been 5 people in these things. If all of a sudden we have 10 people, nobody's gonna agree on everything. And it's gonna blow up and you're gonna extend it for a year anyway. So
Well, actually,
why not?
if I could be wrong. But I think what you just said, to piggyback on, we could settle this whole thing on the moratorium.
Moratorium, yeah.
Moratorium, thanks. We could do that tonight. We could vote on that tonight and
Yes.
just push that right out.
Yes.
Just worry about what you
Yeah.
just said about what we just discussed. And there's like, I think that's the best way to go. It's a done deal. Just let it go.
I make a motion.
Oh, before you
Hang
do
on
that,
a minute.
Jane, before you
Go
do that,
ahead.
I will just point out one thing,
Go ahead.
that voting on the moratorium is not on your agenda, and there
I-
are people who might have dialed into this meeting to make public comment if that were on the agenda. So you may do that, you may make that motion, but I would not recommend it based on this committee's desire to be transparent to the people.
You wanna do it for the December meeting? We can put it in on the agenda for the December meeting.
Yeah. In December.
So we can discuss it under new business. Hang on a minute,
Yeah.
Cindy.
Yeah.
I'm getting that. I think that's the best way to go. So once it's done, and we can still concentrate on what Brian says and what we just did last week on the subcommittee. I think that's just as important, if not more, then when that is done and out, we put it on, get it done, and then we don't have to worry about going for another year, because we don't know what the state's gonna do. How they're gonna come about this. I mean, they don't even know what they're doing, so why should we set precedent? And it could backfire on us. Go ahead, Brian.
Again, when you put the moratorium, the cannabis thing on the 22nd of December, I think that's our next meeting. Maybe it's the week before, considering the holidays, but I still think all those other items, I think we were almost ready.
Well, yeah,
So I think we need one more meeting. I'd rather not do it in early January. And have to rush the special meeting to get it into the regular commission meeting, but that's just me. So I'm in favor of the 18th.
Can I ask a question? Is there any rush to have the other issues that you're discussing? Is there any deadline on that? I know there's a deadline in moratorium, but is there any deadline on the other issues?
I just feel like all this,
Strictly speaking, no.
Okay,
But if you're making a set of changes to your regulations,
Right,
which
I
the
know.
moratorium would be, you want all of the changes that you're planning within that 1 year
No,
period
I know
to
you,
be done at the same time.
you didn't hear my question.
Yeah.
The moratorium is separate. So if you hold off for a year, then you're not paying anything more.
It's
for-
not separate. The moratorium is in your regulations. It's in there.
No, you're
Did not
not,
get
you're
it.
still.
Okay, hang on a minute.
I'm not finished.
Go ahead.
The moratorium, you have to put in there. You have to put the moratorium in by a vote of the commission. And you can put it in for another year. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we have to make it an
Okay.
agenda.
So the other items, there's no deadline
That's
on the
right.
other items, so you
That's
can
right.
meet in January.
That's right.
you can discuss them. And then if you want to hold off on bringing them to approval for a public hearing in February, that gives you plenty of time, because there's no deadline on that. So why, I don't know what your problem is.
Go ahead, Brian. Hang on there, Mr. Select Person. You had something else to add to it, Brian?
I just wanted to be specific that the other items that we were talking about that we updated were the gravel mining
Right,
regulations.
yeah,
The mobile food vendors.
yeah, yeah.
I believe all those things are important.
Yeah, they're important, but there's no deadline on that.
I feel like the deadline was the January meeting.
Yes,
No.
yes, it's all part and parcel of one thing.
John,
Okay, I'm all done.
no.
Go ahead.
No, you,
As I respect all of your opinions, I'm very much honored to be here. I think the point that you're trying to make is extremely valid, but to the point of fiscal responsibility that Tara is trying to make is also very important, meaning we just got $970,000 out of our budget. I think it's very smart of this group to be fiscally responsible, and just because of maybe less than willing to push something through and do two separate data uploads that could go from $2,000 to $3,000 or $4,000. That is the point that Tara is trying to make.
but it would be too soon.
So-
Oh, I'm sorry.
So, and I don't know that number, but I would suggest that to the point of we're trying to be so tight in which we're trying to send people to training, and we're worried about, what type of office supplies we can use and how much salt we can put on the road. Why, on the other hand, would we be willing to throw away an extra $2,000 just because of planning?
I'm not saying you're throwing it away. You have to go to the codification company if you put this on the moratorium, if we vote. Why would you have to do that?
Because it's in the code.
Okay.
Okay, it's
All right.
in the code.
Okay.
Every
It's
time we
been-
change
I take back
it in
everything I
the
said.
code, we have to
I
pay
don't
for
think
it.
If I
We changed
remember-
it.
Ms. Tara, well, if I remember correctly, when this whole codification was being pushed through a couple of years ago and everything, that's what was done, okay?
So anyway, let's just roll with what.
Okay,
do whatever.
so they,
I think if we should.
What's the problem?
it was made so that if we were gonna change or add, take away of our regulations, if we bundled everything together, like she said 2 years ago or whatever, that it would cost us less money instead of doing it every year and making the changes. And I get that. So if we put this thing to bed for one more year, it ain't gonna cost us anything. It just goes into the codification that this is gonna be for 1 year. But it's part of the package of any, am I correct there, Ms. Tara? Of if we do make the changes like Brian said of what we need to do, then it wouldn't cost that much.
I believe you're fundamentally correct. No, you're.
Well, I'm
I
trying,
would like
I
to
know.
speak, please.
go ahead,
I'm a commissioner. I would
go
like to
ahead,
speak.
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
Number one, the system is not good the way this is set up. Number two, just like I said earlier, there is no deadline to get any of this done. It doesn't say you have to be done by January 2nd or this is going to happen. The pot needs to go on to next month's agenda so that we can vote on it to continue the moratorium for another year. That's not going to cost us anything. The other stuff that Brian brought up, yes, those things are important, but the month of December is crazy for a lot of people. We can do that in January, and it's not going to cost anything more. This system where you have to get this done and this has to be done and it comes, no, we do not. And that is my thought on that. We put it on the agenda for next month so that we can vote on it. Put the moratorium off for another year. If we want to meet the first week in January or whatever and deal with the other things that Brian put off, we can still do that and get that done, and it is not going to be anything extra. For 4 years, I have listened it has to be done by this date, or we have to have this done by that date. No, we do not. Not on issues like this, not doing the regulations. The regulations
We cannot think of every living thing that's gonna crop up that, oh, we have to do this and fix this before it comes up. Impossible to do. Regulations do not have to be done every year. Put it on the agenda for December for the moratorium. Let's do the other stuff, get it voted on, Dale brought forward and then vote on it in January or February. There is no death penalty if we do this.
But to do that, we have to have a special meeting on that to put it on the agenda for December.
No, you don't.
No, we
No.
don't.
No,
Okay.
you may put.
We,
that
it goes
topic
on the
as a
agenda.
line item.
Yes. And that is the way
Okay.
to solve this. So I make a motion right now that we put the pot issue on the December agenda for our regular meeting. Problem solved. Let's put it on the agenda. We get it on there, we vote on it next month, and we push it off to the moratorium for one more year. Off the table right
As of
now.
March, what's the
Yes.
date, March
March
20th?
20th.
Yes,
Effective date.
exactly. So let's do that. The other stuff we can vote on in January, because yeah, we have all sat in, I think I've missed maybe one or two in the last 4 years of subcommittee meeting. We've all worked really hard on these regulations, but there is no way on God's green earth that we are gonna think of every stinking scenario that is gonna come up before us, because we don't have crystal balls. We can do the best that we can, but I am not gonna be pushed into something that says, oh, if you don't do this, it's a death penalty. No, it's not. I'm done. I'm done.
All right,
I'll second.
Okay, thank you, Mike.
Jane makes a motion to put on the agenda or line item for the December 22nd, 2025 meeting of the moratorium for the cannabis situation is the best way I can. put it.
Yes,
Jane makes the motion,
Mike.
Mike seconded it. Anybody else got it, and want to make any amendments to it or whatever? If not, we'll put it to a vote. And that'll be under what line item? Would it go under new business or?
Go under
Oh,
old business. that's
Old
all.
business.
Old
okay.
business,
All
John.
right. Had to ask,
Okay.
okay. Anything? Go ahead,
Say those yes.
I didn't even ask you yet. Go ahead, Brian. I know you're frustrated. Okay.
Yes, I'm not frustrated.
Go ahead, Dave.
Dave Plowski, yes.
Randy Blackmer, yes.
Ryan,
Ryan Canor, yes.
Mike Ogle, yes.
Jane Salsa, yes.
Ray Williams, yes.
Daniel Bennett, yes.
Kaiser Levesque,
Izor Levak, yes.
and John B. Linky, yes. It's on the agenda for December 22nd, 25. And I think the best place to put it would be under old business. Would that be okay
Yes.
with the commissioners?
Old business. Yeah, I'm just putting on my notes here.
Yeah, okay. So it'll be under old business.
And the actual upshot of that is that we are not having a subcommittee meeting in December. Is that correct?
That would be,
Yeah.
and so what about January? What would be the best dates? You,
I'll have to.
You'll have to look at, I get
Do
it.
the
I'm gonna have a
doodle
lot
poll
more
with
data
that
for
one.
Yeah.
Because that's the only item we need to really discuss on that is what Brian brought, and Brian did a very good job presenting what he did that night. I have to compliment you on it. I think we shouldn't have a problem with it, okay, in my opinion.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate that.
All right, we got that all. Now, is there a motion to accept what the planner said tonight and what we discussed?
Actually.
We don't have to, but I'll ask you for it.
I wasn't actually done.
Okay,
Right.
CEO, jump on it.
No, she's not finished.
Oh, you're not done?
No,
I apologize.
That's okay. I just had two quick things to remind both the commissioners and the folks attending that 1 week from Wednesday, the 3rd of December, is the Ask Me Anything. That is an open public forum for members of the community to come and have informal conversations with staff and commission and committee members. It is almost literally an Ask Me Anything, although there are actually some limitations for planning and zoning and wetlands because you guys are regulatory bodies, but call it Ask Me Nearly Anything for planning and zoning. So that's a week from Wednesday at the library, 5 to 6 o'clock. light supper, 6 to 8 is the informal conversations.
Okay.
Anybody who wants to be a part of that as somebody taking questions, just send me a quick note via email. I'll add you to the list. For anybody in the
Right.
online audience or the Zoom room, you're welcome to just show up, or you can also RSVP me by email, just so we can get a sense of how many people are coming.
I
But
saw your thing today.
yeah, just drop in. And then the last thing is, the annual toy drive starts Monday. I've been organizing that for, I think, 5 of the 6 years that I've been here. We collect for 2 organizations. We collect for Teague from December 1st through December 12th. And then, December 15th through 19th, we'll collect for USMC Toys for Tots program. We use the same guidelines for everybody, which is the Toys for Tots guidelines. There's no recommended list of toys, but they will not distribute, Toys for Tots will not distribute anything that includes food or perishable items, or toys that are realistic looking toy weapons. So no Red Ryder BB guns, because you'll put your eye out. But plastic swords, okay.
Oh.
That's the way it is.
Stab you, but we
Yeah,
can't.
so that starts Monday. And like you say, there's 2 organizations between the 3 weeks, new unwrapped toys for all ages. And if anybody wonders what is a good age group to contribute for, I always make a call out to the tweens and teens, because everybody forgets them and gets stuff for the cute little ones. But big kids need Christmas too. So that's that. That's my report. The dates,
It's December 3rd.
it's essentially all of December.
but the library.
Oh, for the Ask Me Anything. Yes, Wednesday the 3rd at the library.
Also, just a shout out on your piggyback that the first selectman sent an email about the FOI
Point training.
It's on,
training and everything.
Yeah, it's on our agenda,
it's on the agenda.
I believe, somewhere in here.
Yep.
Yep.
Under new business.
Okay. Trying to get you in early.
And you got a copy.
I love it. And be mindful town meetings the night after, ask me anything.
Right, so if anybody's got any questions about the fire district, 3 of the fire chiefs will be there to answer your questions, so it would be a good opportunity to talk to them.
All right, now we jump over to the other staff member,
I don't really have anything to report, except I did give the chairman, amendments to the agenda. We did get a Mylar in. And I do want to apologize. The town clerk and I apologize for Daniel's letter. She gave me the wrong letter and I didn't read it. I just put it in the packet.
But she gave you the one for,
Yeah.
I got that one, and I had a look, I looked at it and I called her, and I said, you sure you got the right one?
Yeah. So, we have the right one. The chairman has the right one tonight.
Okay, so that's all you have to say,
That's
correct?
all I have to say.
Okay. Now we're in,
To add Voltie's resignation.
I have it.
You do?
Right, yeah.
Oh,
that-
yeah,
that's all.
I got both of them right away.
Oh, and I apologize for not putting Felicity on the
Okay.
agenda too, so.
Now that you mentioned it, I'll go to correspondence. There's that only one item from Webster, and that's trivial, correct?
Yeah, I don't know what happened to that item, because I redid the,
Well,
There's a sign at Indian Ranch.
yeah, that,
okay.
Yeah, I didn't even see.
I guess they have to see if the Indians are gonna go down there and
Yeah.
raise hell again. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, no more, nothing on correspondence, signing of Mylars,
Yeah. All right, so you have to amend the agenda.
yes, I
Make a
know.
motion to
You
amend the
just,
agenda.
okay. I like to
Okay,
make,
so-
I like to have a motion to change the agenda of signing of the Mylars, since we now have one for tonight.
I'll make that motion that we amend number 11, that there is a Mylar that has to be signed, and it be put onto the agenda.
Any, second,
Second,
Mike?
yes.
There's no discussion on it? No, I don't think there is, so all in favor, just say aye.
Aye.
Oppose? The ayes have it. So now I need a motion to have the acting chair sign the Mylar.
I'll make that motion. The acting chair is to sign the molars, Mylars.
Would you like to read it? What it is?
on it.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, would you like?
I
me to
was just
read
gonna get the motion and
Okay.
everything, you can read.
it?
Whatever. Whatever.
Okay, all right.
Sorry. You created a lot of confusion.
No, I didn't. I handed you the paper, right?
I
there.
know.
That I won't take responsibility for.
I mean, what is the Mylar that
Okay.
has to be signed?
Are you ready for me to read it, Sean?
Go for it.
Okay, the Mylar that has to be signed is BZZ 25-30. Applicant Cleary Group LLC, property owner 175 and 183 Hill Road. Map 128, lot 14, lot 4H. Zone RRAD, 15.293 acres. Request for a two lot re-subdivision according to subdivision regulations, Article 3. And you approved that subdivision, re-subdivision last month. And the Mylar was brought into me today, and it was here and it is in order. And for what are the requirements when you approve that subdivision? Was the driveway maintenance agreement, and Greg Claude from Cleanly Engineers emailed me. The driveway maintenance agreement was recorded in the land records in volume 1093, page 101. And he asked me if there's anything else. If not, he can have those Mylar dropped off to me for signature. And it's here. So that's it.
Now I'll make the motion to sign the Mylar.
Jane makes the motion, second,
Mike,
Mike. Okay. Any discussion on it? Hearing none, we'll put it to a vote by all saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. On to the next one. Here we go. Getting down. Oh, everybody's favorite tonight. Old business. 41 Hill Road. Discuss expansion of home occupancy permit. That's in your realm.
Well, it is, but I sent you a list of,
Yep.
so.
It's just
up to
easy
you
to run
discuss
through
it,
it.
Not me.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel it's my responsibility to discuss it. I
I didn't ask you to
list.
discuss
Oh,
it.
okay.
Just asked you to read it.
Oh, you want me to read all your pages?
No, just give us a good rundown so we can put it through. That was the one that came up last month too, correct?
Yes, it did.
I think I can help.
Ryan was.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Ryan's here tonight.
yeah, sorry about that.
Can we just
Okay.
ask
I
for,
missed that in my calendar.
Hang on a minute.
so there is this neighborhood limited enterprise, can we just ask for an application to be submitted based on that regulation through site plan review?
Well, I think that I'm asking you if that's the proper course of action,
Yeah.
asking the commission if that.
That's what I think should happen, but
Okay,
go ahead, that's my recommendation.
okay, that's your recommendation.
Go ahead, Ray.
I've been by there many times. His trucks are all in the back. I don't see why you should have to do anything for that business there. He's got what, 16 acres? Everything's all in the back. I've been there in the morning listening for trucks and you can't hear. You know, if a neighbor's complaining, it's just because the neighbors,
Have something to complain about.
that's
That
what it
what you're
seemed like,
saying?
that's what it seemed like to me, because I've been by, I took time to go by there a few times. And you know, everything's all down in the back of the place and it just seems like you know, it just seems like somebody's causing trouble for the guy.
Oh, one complaint in 14 years, pretty good.
But you have to identify yourself, Ryan.
Yeah, identify yourself, sir.
I am Ryan Crone. I don't live in Thompson anymore, but I own Cronecrest Street Service. Owned it for 14 years, work my ass off every day. I'd like to see if I can get myself a shop. Stop pulling transmissions in the mud.
On your property, on the
Oh,
property,
my parents' property.
the parents' property.
But if it's a problem with a neighbor, then I will leave.
Has the neighbor said anything to you?
I don't know who it was.
Well, I enclosed the
Pretty
letter
easy to
last,
figure out, but.
the complaint letter last month.
Go ahead.
I just want to remind the commission of the discussion that when this first came up. It's not that we want to put extra hurdles in front of the applicant. It's that because there is a complaint for a neighbor and it could reasonably be demonstrated that the conditions of the home occupation permit have been exceeded, that the whole purpose of the neighborhood limited enterprise is to allow for an intensification of a business based in a residential neighborhood to expand, right? So your home occupation typically occurs entirely within the four walls of the home, entirely within the four walls of, say, a garage. The neighborhood limited enterprise is something that is slightly more intense, more equipment, more activity happening outside, more employees, any one of those things. So it's not to put an extra burden on you, it is to protect you from a neighbor complaining. That is the purpose of suggesting the neighborhood limited enterprise.
Brian? What?
It's still my recommendation to do that.
What is the permit good for? What are the numbers?
What do you mean,
Employees,
what are the
trucks,
numbers?
equipment.
Oh, we have to
Employee,
go
but
in,
you
we
can only
work
have-
with the CEO on that.
Under the new regulations, new home occupation, when you first got your permit, it was 2 employees. Under the new home occupation regulations, 2020, you got your permit in 2019, it's 3 employees are permitted.
Okay.
So you have to understand, I agree
I
with
understand
what
that.
Tara said, but you have to understand that to approve the neighborhood limited enterprise, you also have to comply with the current home occupation regulations too.
Right.
That is inclusive in the neighborhood limited enterprise permit. The difference between home occupation and that is the applicant has to come to the Planning and Zoning Commission for the neighborhood limited enterprise. I have a discretion on the home occupation permits that you gave to.
And just so we know-
CEO in 2020.
Just so we know, current numbers, I have 18 units of equipment and I have 8 full-time employees. By full-time, they work more than 40.
So I would say that based just on your own standards, that's exceeding a home occupation, and therefore the appropriate thing would be to scale up. And then what happens when you make your application is you work with Cindy on submitting it, and then this commission reviews it, and they determine whether it is compliant with the standards of the slightly more elevated, and that's protective for you.
Yeah.
No line in the sand.
But if he has 8 full-time employees, he's not complying with number 5 of the home occupation, which is only 3 employees, which extends into the neighborhood limit enterprise compliance requirement. So it's up to.
Say that one more.
What?
Just kidding, just kidding.
You all set?
And the commission also has the discretion to waive the regulations, so. The requirements. That's in your purview to do that.
Go ahead, Jane.
My question is kind of to Cindy and to you, sir. You need to find out exactly what you need to do, what you need, talk to her.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds
talk to
good.
her. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Talk to
she's got-
Cindy. She is the one that can do that for you.
Okay, fair enough.
Go ahead, Ray.
Well, when this first came up, what was it, 3 months ago, I thought it was because of trucks running in the morning. That's why I brought that up about, because when we were at the library, when this came up the first time. And it was brought up that somebody was complaining about trucks running in the morning, and that's why I brought up what I did, and that's why I went by and parked out there and listened. And that's why I brought that up, like, I didn't realize that it,
We try to be in and out pretty quick.
that it, you know, you were playing up in the garage up and all of that stuff, that, you know, I didn't hear any of that part of any of that.
Well, then I was kind of hoping if we do a garage, I mean, that'll make things even a little quieter if we're actually working on a running truck. So let's be honest, trucks don't always run. They get a little temperamental. So,
Especially if it's a diesel.
yep, yeah, absolutely. And someplace for us to just keep things tidier, a little cleaner, a little neater. We're getting a little disorganized with.
Put it in a bill and out of sight, out of mind.
Yes, sit down, Cindy.
I'm all set.
You all said, no, what you suggested is that he needs to come back, talk to
The
Cynthia.
neighborhood limited enterprise.
Right, get that all done, and, you know, and then she'll bring it, you know, put it on the agenda and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Okay,
Fair enough.
is that satisfactory?
That sounds good to me.
Okay.
All right. B, copy of the 2026 meeting schedule. Everybody got it in their packet? I guess, November 23rd, 2026, suggested to the 16th of November of that year. Was the question? To the 23rd of November next year, they'll put it right on.
Thanksgiving, is it?
Thanksgiving.
No, you agreed on November 16th.
Yeah.
You did that at the
Okay.
last meeting.
All right, so
Yeah,
that's
just wanted to
accepted.
make sure you-
And don't forget that the October meeting is always gonna have to be at an alternate location.
Yeah. That one there, we can do that right now, and use the town, the library, right?
I make,
I'm asking,
Your two options are essentially the library or go Zoom only. I assume you guys will prefer to do the library.
yeah, I'd like to do the library. So October 26th, 2026, if it's the consensus that the meeting be held at the library was 7 o'clock. Is that agreed upon, gentlemen?
Yep.
Okay, at the library. Okay, that one there is done. New business, here we go. Eastwood Thompson, A, 13A, Eastwood Thompson 49 LLC, Michael LaCombe, Lacamelli, discussion of bond and doing project in 3 phases. Is the gentleman here?
He is online and he just took himself off mute.
Okay, you're in, sir.
Oh, hello. Thank you very much. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
We can.
Great. So we originally got this approved as a larger project, a 1 megawatt solar project. And because of the way we have to work with Eversource, we're actually going to be putting this into 3 projects, 3 separate interconnection projects. So we have the first one ready to go, and it's smaller. And each of the 3 projects is going to be owned by different groups. So you guys had put in a request for a $60,000 bond. And I discussed this with Cindy a little earlier. We would greatly appreciate it if we could break the bond up into 3 $20,000 bonds and do one for this phase and one for the next phase and one for the next phase. So we're not asking to change the total. We're just asking to see if we could just break it up so that we could then have each bond go with each project owner.
Go ahead, Dave.
Just a quick question. So if you have 3 other people, who's putting up the 3 bonds? Would it be you? Or we? 3 different.
So each of these projects will be owned by a long-term investor that will own it for the long term. So we'll start the bond at the time we start to get the initial building permit, and then the bond will carry forward with the long-term owner. And because this is a bond not just for the short term, but also for 20 years from now, to help with if we don't continue the program. It's like a 2-part bond, as far as I understand.
Okay, thank you.
Go ahead, Brian.
There's surety bonds, right?
So I think we would either do it that or just either as cash or as a surety bond. Yes.
What do you think there, Brian? Surety bond?
It doesn't matter. I just wanted to know the answer.
Okay. Just.
Cindy,
Anybody
you
else?
said-
Go ahead.
I just want to say, it seems logical. If they got 3 different people, why should one person have to put up the 60,000? If they're going in with 3 different enterprises?
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely makes sense.
Good idea. So how do you want, the commission here wants to handle this?
Make a motion to.
Well, first of all, if it's gonna be separate, 3 separates, shouldn't that come in with 3, because it was originally designed for 1 big one. Now it's being broken into 3 different units.
3 applications.
3 up, yeah.
No, 3.
He has.
I was just gonna get to, but go ahead.
He has a permit to do for the whole project. All you have to do is make an amendment to the permit, which is number, I just had it here. But make an amendment to the permit that it be done in 3. That's all you have to do, because you approve the whole project. if that's what you want to do. I mean, if you wanted to come in for 3 different applications, fine, but, it was a special permit, so you're amending the special permit. Special permit 23-50.
What's that? Dave?
There was
No.
3. There was 1, 2, 3 conditions.
What is it? You have the 3 conditions there?
Post a $60,000 bond, which includes vegetation and stabilization of area, allowing entry by the town to remove and abandon a decommissioned installation under the conditions of zoning regulation 2275-14 5D, number 5. To reevaluate the bond every 5 years with planning and zoning commission. 2, install a fueling pad and parking area delineated on site plans while project is under construction. Number 3, during construction, place signs on Riverside Drive through 1,200 feet before entrance and 75 feet in turn near intersection of Main Street and Riverside Drive, stating construction vehicles entering and exiting. That was the condition. So all you would actually be amending is that it's going to be done in 3 phases and that you're going to require a $20,000 bond for each phase.
I think, seeing that there's gonna be 3 different enterprises on this, we should have each one fill out, individual applications and each one of them's name, and then that way they pay their $20,000 when they fill out, when they start their construction.
When they go through the phases.
Well, each phase is gonna, whichever the first phase, then second. But
there's 3 different people.
It's supposed to be 3. That's what he just said. But it's still the one project, it's still gonna be in the one project area, so. All the amendments, I mean, the conditions which she just, Ms. Dunn read, it will still be in place. The only thing we have to do is break it down and say, okay. You got 1, he's got 2, and he's got 3, when are they gonna start? That's what we need to know. If the first phase, you want it, is it gonna be started, you wanna try to start it, closer to spring?
Yeah, actually, and just have a point too. We were looking to start actually like sooner, because there's some initial prep work that we were looking to do. So we were just looking to apply for a permit as soon as we could. We did get for this first phase, we did receive interconnection approval from Eversource, so that allows us to go forward on that. And but one thing that might help make it easier, just on the question about multiple applications. I think we did the application in the property owner's name, which is Eastwood Thompson 49 LLC. That's the actual owner of the property, the LLC that owns it. So that would be the entity that would be technically putting up the bond for each phase. So I don't think it would require, there's the property is going to be leased to 3 different groups, but to your earlier question about who is putting up the bond, I think the easier thing would just be to have Eastwood Thompson 49 put it up. That way you wouldn't have to change the owner. It wouldn't be a different owner applying or different entity. It would be all the same property owner.
Yeah.
Does that help?
Yes, it
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
So yeah, happy to do it that way.
I don't see a problem with it.
And that's why I recommended the amendments, because it's the same owner.
Right, okay. Is it gonna be acceptable that way, a consensus and everything, and, cause we really don't have to vote on it, because it's already in place, all he's saying is that the owner now, which, thank you for that clarification, sir, is that he's still gonna put up this 60,000, but it's gonna be 20, 20, and 20 as they progress. But all the other stuff, so I don't see a problem with that.
So you still need to vote on amending the
Yes,
application.
yeah.
So I have to send another.
Brian makes the
amended
motion,
Special permit.
I'll second it.
James seconds it. We don't need to discuss it any further, I think we got it, you got it into.
No.
Just
Okay,
the final note that each one of them would be evaluated every 5 years.
correct. Well,
Right.
Yeah,
The
that's
same
what's in it.
conditions are gonna
Yeah.
go on.
conditions are the same.
yeah.
that's
What I'm
the
gonna
thing.
do is
Saying it
attach,
out loud.
I'm gonna attach this to these amendments.
And James seconded it. All in, Brian made the motion, Jane seconded. All in favor, say aye.
I,
Opposed? Ayes have it. Okay, the 13B, the FOIA training program. We all.
Night, night.
Good.
Thank you.
Bye, Mike.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
I'll be in touch with you.
The FOI, yes, we all got that in our packet, plus we got an email from the CEO of the town.
It was, respectfully, it was, the glue in that office, which is Marie, sent out that email. So, yep, FOIA training coming up. Anyone interested, you're more than happy to carpool with me. I believe it's, yeah. You
Come
need
to
to
my house.
ride? Yeah, have
Come
pick
to
up.
my house, pick me up
In
since I can't
Colchester, I
drive.
think.
It's at, QVC.
QVC.
Oh, it is.
It is.
It's on down the street.
I believe it's the 5th at 7 PM. I could be
Yes.
wrong.
What to say on there?
Yes, I have no, it's the 10th
Yeah,
because,
it's the
10th.
because I have
September 10th
a
at 5 p.m.
Casio event
I'll take your word for it.
and I'll be going from there to the college, so.
But if anybody, just in essence of economy, if anyone needs to carpool or wants to come with me, you're more than happy to. Email my office by the end of the week. If, let me get it know. I think it's a 7 PM. Dinner's provided too, so that's, you know,
Any
it's a
bad.
draw.
Will it be recorded or anything?
crackers.
What's up?
I'm gonna be flying home from Houston that night. so I
There'll
can't-
be other opportunities,
Okay.
you know, through NECOG or what, we can set something else up, maybe have them come here. We have a
But it
need.
doesn't hurt to get it in early.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh, and, okay, now we're gonna go to C, but I need a motion to change 13C to read in Jeff Bolte's resignation, because we only got Danielle Bennett's. So I need that C to be changed so I can read both of the.
I'll make that motion to add on Jeff Bolte's name to C under new business, so his resignation letter can be read.
Second? Is there a second? Dave?
Second.
Okay.
Sorry, Mr. Crowell.
It's okay.
I seen his lips moving, that's why I was pointing to
I
him.
knew what I was thinking.
I'm not gonna
Let's go
touch
punch
that.
you guys.
Three more hours later.
Maybe.
Okay, all, we don't need to discuss it, but all in favor, say aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. All right, now I'm gonna read the resignations of the two gentlemen. Oh, by the way, Dan and Nick, no, not Nick. Brian and Dave, welcome into the full seats.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You deserve it. You were 2 years regular member, but you got a good full seat. You finally got into the seat after 6, 7 years as an alternate.
Commissioner for a little while.
Well, 1 year, I think it was.
Yeah.
Okay, but still.
I got a taste of it.
Yeah, and you still did it.
And Dan, thank you very much and welcome to the commission. All right, now I'm gonna read this in. I, Daniel Bennett, resigned from my planning and zoning alternate seat effective 11/18/2025. Signed Dan Bennett, 11/7/2025, and it's stamped. And the next one is from the Democrat, no, we can't use that. This is from Jeff Bolte, I believe, and I hope this message finds you well. I am writing to formally resign from my elected position as an alternate on the Planning and Zoning Board, effective immediately. This decision comes after careful consideration of my other elected responsibility as a member of the Board of Selectmen. And I feel that I will be fully occupied with this role. Although I am stepping down from the P and Z alternate, I look forward to continuing to serve our community through my position on the Board of Selectmen. Thank you for your understanding support during this transition. Please feel free to reach out if there is anything further I can do to assist you in this process. Excuse me. Warm regards, Jeffrey Bolton. All right, I need a motion from.
I'll make the motion to accept the resignations.
Second. Jane makes the motion. Seconded by Mike. To write a letter of the planning and zoning from the chair that there are 2 openings on the alternate position. Is there a motion? I need a motion.
Make
from-
that motion that the letter gets written that there are 2 openings as alternates on the Planning and Zoning Commission.
Okay,
Who's gonna write the letter?
him and me.
Okay.
That's not you. Well,
No,
I'm keeping you on it. That's be between the secretary and the chair, well, the acting chair right now.
Now second.
You did second it. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, ayes have it. All right, oh, here we go, the D, 13D, election of officers. What we're gonna do here tonight, we're gonna do each as a consensus, I need it from each of us. Feel it's much more appropriate and a little bit more efficient that we do the election of an officers, each as the chair, the vice chair, and then the secretary, instead of trying to do it as a bundle.
I'll make that motion. Yeah, I'm sorry, Mike. Yeah. I'll make that motion that each officer is,
Each position,
each position is separate. It will not be a slate.
I'll second that.
Mike seconds it, okay? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, the ayes have it. Okay, now we need a motion to open,
Nomination.
huh? That's what I was just gonna say, for nomination of the chair.
I nominate John Lanky as the chair.
I'll second.
Is there anybody else that is for nomination?
You nominate Dave Poplawski.
Dave Poplawski, hang on a minute. And Dave Poplawski, okay. Is there anybody else? Hearing any more names to be added for the nomination, I need a motion to close the
I make the
nomination.
motion to close the nominations for chairman.
Second, anybody, Mike again, oh boy, we're doing pretty good tonight, Mike. Okay, now we got that, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Now, we have to have a motion to carry to vote.
Make the motion to vote for the chair position.
I'll second it.
And Jane? Any other discussion? Nothing? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
No, I was thinking of something else. All opposed? Hearing none, the ayes have it. Okay, we're gonna do a roll call vote. You can vote, you can either say John B. Lanky or Dave Popolowski. We'll start with you, Dave. I mean, Brian.
David.
David, okay.
Myself. I vote for myself.
Michael,
John.
John,
John.
Dave.
Ryan,
JBL.
Kaiser Levesque,
She's seated.
Sorry.
yeah, oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, I'm Steve. Yep, sorry. John,
and I vote for myself. 6-4. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, everybody. Now we're gonna vote for vice chair. I need a motion for nominations.
I nominate Dave.
Dave Popolowski
Yes.
Second.
and second, Randy. Anybody else?
Nominate Jane.
Nominate Jane, okay. Seconded,
I'll second it.
okay, you can second yourself,
Yep.
okay? I need a motion to close.
I'm sorry,
Oh.
who nominated Jane? I missed it.
Jane.
Ray.
Ray, I'm sorry. You're jumping in too quick.
I'm sorry.
No,
I know, it's.
All right, I need a motion to close the nominations.
I make the motion, we know, close the nominations.
All right, Mike makes the nomination. I need a second.
Second.
Randy? Uh, there is nothing to discuss, so I will ask for a roll call. No, I'm sorry, nominations is closed. And now we need to say, I need a vote on it. Everybody say aye.
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 The nominations are closed, yeah.
Yeah, nominations are closed. Okay. Now we're gonna vote on the nominated vice chair. I need a,
David.
I didn't say David, I need a
He's asking to move to vote.
move to vote. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
I'll second.
No, you seconded, okay. Randy seconded.
That's okay.
Okay, now we'll take and vote on it. How's that?
Sounds like a plan.
Getting confused here. Okay, I will start with Dave.
Dave, I'm Dan.
I'm Dan.
But I'm voting for Dave.
That'd be your vote.
Who's on first?
I always call you Dave, I don't know why.
Dan voted for Dave, that's what I.
Yeah.
Yep, Dan voted for Dave.
Yeah,
Great clarity, Mr.
Yeah.
Great clarity.
Come on. Hey, it's getting close to my bedtime, all right? Go ahead, Rick. Jane,
and I'll vote for myself.
Michael,
Dave.
David.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, you're over there now?
I jumped over.
Oh, okay.
Me, for myself.
Randy, Ryan,
Dave.
and I'll vote for Jane. Make you feel good.
Thank you.
And Kai's off.
This is for vice chair, right?
Correct.
Yes,
Dave.
okay. Dave, you got it.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Need a motion to close this.
I'll make the motion to close the
Vote.
votes for vice chair.
Second.
Second by Mike. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. Okay, now we move down to the secretary treasurer. I need a motion to open up for nomination.
I'll make that motion to open nominations for secretary.
All right, need a second,
Second.
Michael.
Make a motion for Ryan to stay within that position.
Oh, we have to vote on opening the nomination.
We have to, we're voting on nomination, so you're,
I nominate Ryan.
okay.
We have to vote.
We have to vote.
We have to vote.
Yeah, so.
Yes, you jumped a little ahead of me, that's why you got me confused there on that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, that is in. Now I need a motion to vote to close the nomination.
No, he, now is when.
You need to stop,
And now is when he needs to do it.
okay? This is, everybody's jumping in here and I'm trying to get this thing going one by one here. We're jumping to get ahead of ourselves. Okay, what did I just do, Ryan?
Just made the motion to open the vote sector.
Okay, and then we did okay, we didn't close it. The
Correct,
nomination, that's what I'm asking.
yes,
Okay, so you just said, and it was all agreed upon, correct? That we accept. That
yes. It was,
we're gonna accept whoever they want for secretary.
yes.
Okay,
No, Mr. Chairman. The bylaws say secretary, it doesn't say secretary treasurer.
I'm just using treasurer because it's all under one. It doesn't, we'll just use secretary. Okay, we can, that's gonna be looked at, okay?
And
No, I get it. I'm just throwing it in there. I'm not trying to make anything extra, so it's just the secretary. All right, we got Ryan. Is there anybody else?
Did anybody second Ray's nomination?
Oh,
I do.
he did. Mike Krugel did. Thank you. Is there anybody else that to be nominated for the secretary's job?
Motion made to close nominations.
Motion to close by Mike Krugel,
I'll second.
seconded by James. I need a motion to. Actually, still have to vote on it, but I will just say, Ryan's the only candidate to be the secretary. Okay, so,
Still take the vote.
all right,
You
I
can
need a
go by
motion.
Voice vote if there's no opposing candidate.
What's that?
You can go by voice vote only if there's no opposing candidate.
There is no vote, yeah,
Yeah.
we can go by a vote, but I still have to have the nomination for that, to go to do the voice, okay? So I need a nomination to go to for the voice, for the votes. Anybody?
I'll make the nomination, we do voiceover.
I'll second it.
Seconded by Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll start with Brian, you,
Yes.
Dave,
Yes.
Randy,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
James,
Yes.
Mike,
Yes.
Ryan,
Yes.
Kaiser Levesque,
Kaiser Levesque, yes.
and John B. Linky, yes.
Over there.
What's that?
I love Kai. She's always in motion over there.
They're
Now she's got the
child
kid.
on her lap. She's just dynamic and we appreciate that.
Sorry if you heard her say poop. She really didn't poop.
Oh, yeah. And thanks for outing yourself.
Yeah.
That's why I'm glad she sits there. We get we get the little laughing. Okay, Ryan, you are now the secretary. Now we're on to the next one. Commissioner member contact list. Since,
If
oh,
anybody, you said.
I said commissioner contact list, and I was just gonna direct it to you so you could get it straightened out.
Okay, anybody had, you read my note in front of the contact list, right? Everybody?
I've seen it.
Okay, so if you have corrections, hand it to me. The paper, hand it back to me. Okay, I have some corrections right here.
Do I need to hand you back corrections?
No, you already did.
Okay.
All right, you're all taken care
Yes,
of.
I know, you're taking care of 27.
Okay. Sorry. I
I
don't
have
mind
to,
serving that long, but
when I saw that, I just didn't want to make a comment, but Brian did.
Brian already did.
That was teed up.
Okay, we got them.
So.
Go
Everything
ahead.
was fine, right? Email addresses, everything's okay?
Yeah.
Did you get your new email address yet, Brian? Well, then give it to me. If you're going to be on the town, right? You requested to be on the town
I
email.
just got it today, Cindy.
Well, then you have to send it to me. You have to give it
me a
to me.
minute.
Okay,
We got it.
all right.
Hold on a second, let me get my pen. We'll meet up right after.
Just to be clear, this, Marie in the selectman's office said that was the last of the town licenses available for email, so everybody else has to use their own now.
Okay.
Okay, we got that. You are everything satisfactory? Ms. Dunn?
So,
Okay, on to F,
I'll know next
discussion,
month when I send the list down again.
all right, discussion of bylaws. Do the commissioners want to discuss the bylaws? Because we found out there was a mistake, because I had this in my thing that Alvin Hill gave us with the bylaws that were in there. There is one change, I believe, that has to be done, and it has to do with the agenda. And if everybody was looking at it, instead of having 19, in this one here, the pledge of allegiance was number 2 agenda, but it should be just call to order and pledge of allegiance 1. So that would make it back to 18. So that's the only thing I can see, unless you guys, everybody here wants to review it, again, the whole thing. But this is the bylaws that we originally what?
from the.
Well, I'm just gonna get to it, that everybody pay attention if you feel this should be anything that has to be changed. But this is the bylaws that Alvin put together for us 2 years ago, and it was accepted then, but we didn't realize there was a few small changes. But everybody needs to pay attention to, when they're reading it, pay attention to Article 4 and Article 6. Those are the two biggest things that we have.
John, point of order.
Go ahead.
Can you just confirm this was bylaws revised in 22 or 24?
22, there was no bylaws revised
Okay,
in
you
24.
said 2 years, so I just wanted to
This
make
is
sure.
this is 25. So it actually goes back to 2022,
22,
correct,
which I think was.
for
Jan.
23.
Okay,
Okay,
just making sure.
remember, November, once everything is done in November,
Love it.
actually, the December meeting starts the new year of like 2026. That's the best
From a
way I can put
clerical
it.
standpoint, I just wanted to make sure that I was
Well-
aligned with dates and
Yeah, because there was a.
recording stamps and yes.
Right,
Yeah,
well,
an error.
that was an oversight and a
All good.
mistake. Hey,
That's what I'm
nobody's
here today.
perfect,
Yeah,
but the
no,
thing
all good.
was, now we'll be able to get it stamped. And this is correct, because like I said, it was all agreed upon back then.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, go ahead.
Just, you may recall that we discussed last week in my office that the commission would benefit from actually having one clean copy of the bylaws. Right now, there is no stamped clean copy.
Well, that's why I want to get this done if we can. Only thing we have to change on this is the agenda items. I believe everything else is pretty good, but if every member here and everybody wants to read this over and you think there should be some better verbiage, then present it to me so I can, or to the secretary so we can take it to the CEO. So we can get it, and then I'll make sure it gets stamped. So we don't have any more confusion going forward, but that's up,
I think,
go ahead.
I think at a minimum, I think it would be appropriate to vote on a motion to accept and physically record that with the town clerk's office.
But we have to change that agenda.
And that's your thing. And like I said, at a minimum.
Well,
because-
that can be revised anytime.
It can. So, just to give a little backstory here, there was a little bit of a recording issue. We had an old set of bylaws from probably 8 or 10 years ago. It was actually recorded, by mistake in the town clerk's office. And then we had subsequently a different set of bylaws that appeared to be revised. But there were some typos within the dates that said 2024 on the older copy, and it should have been the newer copy. Long story straight, the clerk's office and my office need an updated list. So even if you don't want to amend it, whatever the 2022 bylaws are, you just have to revote those in as accepting, and then we can record those officially. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to clarify. But you can always amend later, but at a minimum, we at least need a baseline to go off of moving forward in order to enact our appointment in a week's time from now.
So the only thing we really have to change is that order of business.
Order of business, the agenda.
So I now have a Word copy of the bylaws.
That was
And I
given
can
to
go in
center.
and change this.
Because I got a hold of Alvin and he had a Word copy and I had him
That's great.
email it to her so she could use that to.
I see where the mistake happened. It's not a big deal. Like I get it,
Yeah.
but just to make it official.
If the commissioners want to do that, I'm saying I'm all in favor of it, just to get the,
Yeah, you can make your small amendment, but at a bare minimum, we need to at least accept what you have.
He's gotta have it.
So the only question I have is that, what date do we put down the bottom? Do we put down 11/24?
I would say the amendment today, because you're accepting it in, the motion would be today's date. So you're
but-
enacting
yeah,
this set of bylaws, November, whatever today's date is, 2025.
so you're talking, yeah, okay, 11/24.
In that way,
2024.
those will be official as of today, and then recorded tomorrow morning. Punched in. And then it will make it to my office tomorrow too, and all in the world will be great and well.
Oh, we're gonna have a compromise, huh?
No compromises, just strong work.
I so motion.
Um. Brian makes a motion to
Okay.
accept bylaws as is, and we can make the amendment change in the agenda item. Doesn't have to be tomorrow, it can be tomorrow, but,
I'll do it tomorrow morning. It's important
Yeah.
to get the right thing
okay.
in there. I
Okay,
was
Brian,
Thank you.
devastated when I knew it was wrong.
Oh. Don't be
any,
devastated.
any,
Okay.
do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Mike seconded it.
Mike.
Mike did?
Yeah.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
I-
Opposed? Ayes have it. It's a done deal.
Thank you, sir.
No comment.
I
All right,
appreciate the hard work, that's all.
okay, now we go to review of the, no, we got that done. Review of the DBA minutes. I guess there was no
No
meeting.
meeting.
15, citizen comments. And in the Zoom room, Ms. Terra.
Nobody has their hand up.
Okay. Number 16, commissioner comments.
I have some commissioner comments. I just want to address the House Bill, 8002. Spent a considerable amount of time in the last couple of days and reading through this, and I just want to make sure that we're all taking it seriously because, you know, this bill, as Mr. Gordon, Dr. Gordon pointed out, was pushed through in a very short period and under a special session coming out of a government shutdown. So politics were running pretty rampant on this. We are a liberal majority state, and it was a vote down party lines. And they used an emergency certification process to get this pushed through. So any bill that has any merit would not be done in this process. This is not a way for officials to run a state, and it speaks volumes to the kind of people that are putting this forward. And I pretty much what I'm saying that I view it as completely unacceptable. It was not made available, it wasn't transparent, and it was not done by bipartisan review. But mostly what it does is it takes away local government control, and we're all on planning and zoning, we're all elected officials, we work really hard. And taking away local control of us puts unelected officials in charge of, you know, what we do in some ways. And it also gives the power centralized to the state, which is a form of socialism. And nobody wants that. Nobody wants that, especially not in Northeast Connecticut. It's not what we stand for up here. Well, we're gonna do some things about it, but right now we need to just address and understand that it's a problem. So how did this occur? Well, we've been to some offsite trainings. We understand the state and the composition of the state. The majority of the money is down in Fairfield County.
Yep.
So they have a massive problem with housing. I can give you a personal example. You know, the last job I had, I made a couple $100,000 a year. I couldn't afford to buy a house out there. I mean, it's just not, it is a real housing crisis in Fairfield County. Hartford, Bridgeport, they all have a problem. What they're doing is they're taking bad policy and they're trying to project it onto the small towns all over the place and running it through state mandates and, you know, using things like 830G, 8-2. There's a lot to be said with what's going on in terms of being forced to develop middle housing and all of these things that are, you know, just it's a mandated issue from the state, and we need to at minimum be aware of it. We should have a separate subcommittee discussion on this bill. We should all take time and take it seriously to understand what's going on here. You know, we heard a great presentation today. I must have read 20 different articles in various publications. None of them are positive on this. No one has anything good to say about this bill. I mean, if you just take some of the quotes that are coming out of the press, this is the press. This isn't, you know, taking one side or another. This is the press coming out and telling us that it's just forcing people to, you know, with housing, and up to 20% of a town will have to be affordable rentals. And I mean, it's clearly trying to centralize planning and zoning and take away from what we're trying to do here.
Well, Ryan, I'm sorry to cut you
No.
off, but I just don't understand, like,
Yeah.
what, Jeff just said that it's passed and that the governor's gonna sign it.
He hasn't signed
He
it.
hasn't signed it.
So
signed
what
it.
do we do?
You
Send
want
him an email every single morning,
Yes.
tell him
Okay.
you want him to
and
veto.
everybody else
So-
that you know, you can even call his office.
Yeah.
You call his office
You,
and
you
inundate
talk
him
to the
with phone calls.
representatives.
Yeah,
Yeah, you work with the local representative.
What it comes down to, Dan, what it's coming down to, like he said, everything on the west side of the Connecticut River, Fairfield County, Litchfield County, Hartford County, not Tolland County, Thomaston County, I think it's Thomaston, Waterbury, and that whole area are the ones that got the most population and most. On the east side of the river, which is northeast, central, and southeast, you know, we're much broader as towns. We're not, you know, we don't have 15,000, 20, 30,000, 50,000 population. So what's gonna happen is, if you look at it, I traveled all over Connecticut. Dave knows this. You go to, on the west, on 91, on this side of the Connecticut River, 91, you go to Windsor Locks, Bloomfield, South, you know, like South Windsor, where they got all these buildings that are 500,000, 1 million square feet that are empty right now. Why don't they just go out that way and say, okay, we can turn them into any type of housing of any type and do 2 stories.
To your point, there's plenty of space in the
Then
cities
leave us alone.
to convert buildings. It should be done in the cities to address the problem where the problem is, as opposed to trying to repopulate everybody in the state and use all these, bags.
Dan, you want this one back?
So it's just something that we need to take seriously. We should have a separate
Economics.
subcommittee. We should talk about it and, not at quarter
Well-
of 10 on a Monday night.
Let's hear up.
It's,
yes, sir.
it needs to be
You,
addressed.
I think we're ahead of the game a
are,
little bit.
yeah.
With 2 mills
We have the
going on in a town district and
Correct.
everything.
Even if HB 8002 passes exactly as is, there are only 2 modifications that the commission would have to make based on the current text of the bill. And that was in the notated copy that I sent you. There are several opt-in programs that the town could opt into. But the only 2 mandatory changes that I was able to identify from the current text of the bill would be July 1st, you would have to create a category in your tables of uses for housing proposals of 3 to 9 units, which would be site plan review by commission instead of special permit. And there was some mandatory changes, which I think is actually as of January 1, to the language in the petition process for residents to appeal zoning changes. It raised the threshold of the percentage of affected property owners who would have to come onto a petition, but it lowered the threshold from a 2/3 majority to a simple majority for the commission to accept the recommendations of such a petition. That's it. Everything else is either an opt-in or you guys have already done all that work over the last 5, 6, 7 years.
So we got a head start.
We're ahead of the curve, and the numbers were 2947 was the shortage kind of east of the river, if you will. So if you divide that by roughly 15 towns, we're only about 200 units short. So we're not the problem. We have a solution already in place. We have big mills. We're very fortunate. Other towns and our peers are probably not as fortunate, and this is kind of a big issue for a lot of small towns. So just,
Hopefully we can be a model for them.
we may be a model for it. Yeah, we could be, but we should at least discuss it. And this is something that's really important. It's come up, it's been written about in a lot of publications. We, as a planning and zoning commission, should have some type of meeting to address this. That's my point. And that's my solution for now, is to propose an action to talk about all this in a forum that's not quarter of 10 on
Right.
Monday night. That's all.
Go ahead.
I would like to make a suggestion that there's a lot of small communities around here that are gonna be facing the same thing that we are because we are little. That's the Gold Coast. I did a lot of work out there. We can get some of those individuals from the towns and have a area-wide meeting on this to
Well,
start to fight.
That's kind of what he was kind of pointing to.
Yeah,
But, he has to start it as well, I mean, he has to get all these other towns, because he's got the better, way to talk to these people and, put it together.
who? Gordon?
Gordon and any other representative.
Well, in my experience too, getting the actual citizens together is gonna make a difference, not just
Okay.
listening from
All
the
right.
senator.
That's something we could discuss down the road.
Yeah, yeah. that
All right.
decided tonight.
Any other commissioner comments? All right.
Thanks, everyone, for the votes.
Yeah. You do a good job, Ryan.
A lot of work.
Yes.
All right. Number 17, next meeting, December 22nd, 2025 at 7 PM at the Thompson Town Hall in the Merrill Snake Room. Number 18, adjournment. I need a motion
I'll make that motion.
and I need it
to adjourn.
seconded.
Second.
And Mike,
For the sake
all
of
in favor?
that's
What's that?
9:40 and for the minute recording, it's 9:45.
Thank you. All in favor of
Aye.
adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, we're out of here.
Good
Thank you,
evening, everyone.
everybody.
Have a good night. Thank you. My loss.
Yeah.
I got a few other